Miss America, why do you build these barriers? Why does it seem so scary for anybody who cared for you? Who has been there for you? Who has been there for you? Building for you when you can't see who here for you. Break me down, I still share with you. Break my heart, I still care for you.
You see, I have always been a lonely roller, needing iPad so I can FaceTime you more close to see what I had. Popping is a little bit more older, crying real life on shoulders, moving mountains and boulders. And for the ranges and rovers, I see why people have chosen. But till the story is over, I give my life like a soldier. The Lady Liberty to step on my dreams. In that Gucci dress on time magazine. Here we are. Pretty, what's up? Welcome to the live. Yeah. Beat chat, beat. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? What y'all got going on? Welcome to the live. For those who don't know, my name is King Hoodie. I'm a recording artist from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I make music, and this is my new song, Turn the Lights Out in America. It just dropped tonight, and I'm really happy to share it with y'all. Turn the lights out in America. You can stream it on all streaming sites right now. King Hoodie, KingHoodieRaps, on all social media platforms. What y'all up to tonight, man? What y'all up to? What y'all getting into? How y'all feel? How y'all feel? How y'all feel?
There is a feeling of being free that some people just can't believe. I ain't talking about what we see. It was pushed to us on TV.
Free, really open to move and do as you please. What's up? Nova Love. What's up, Nova Love? How you feeling? Slay Baby. What's up, Slay Baby? Welcome to the live. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Just Jen. What's up, Just Jen? Celebrating, man. My new song, Turn the Lights Out in America, is out right now. You can stream it on all streaming sites, and this is it. I'll give it all for my team, so tell me, what do you mean? Look at me like a freak. I won't hesitate to tell you I'm king. I come with all that it brings. You can count on it, count on revenue streams.
While they tell us our own story on screens, I don't need you to talk for me, homie. Do it for small girls. And if you got love for these women, have it for all girls. Do it for the short, thick, skinny, and tall girls. And when they're not around, don't change the name that you call girls. Cause you know the rich keep getting richer, the poor can't make a sound. The buildings keep getting bigger and further off from the ground. So Miss America start tearing them down. I wrote this song that she's loving me now. And let the chorus sing.
Amanda Rose, where you from? I'm from Miami. Just Jen. You already know Just Jen. We in here. How you doing? Slay Baby, I'm doing good. Slay Baby, how you feeling? Welcome to the live. Look, if this is your first time tapping in, y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. When you tap the screen, it makes the live more popular, so more people jump in here. We have better conversation. Tap the screen, share the live, and help me reach my live goals up here. I'm looking for 50 subscribers to my members area, and I'm looking for 11 of these crowns up here. I'm just gonna put on the crown. You feel me? And if you just tapped in and tuned in, my name is King Hoodie. I'm a recording artist from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I'm tripping. I gave all them damn great announcements, and then I had this JBL plug to the thing. Oh, my bad. So that's my new song, Turn the Lights Out in America. You can stream it on all streaming sites right now. Featuring me, the homie Jimmy Levy, Yoli Mayer. I was saying that my name is King Hoodie. I'm a recording artist from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I make music. That's my new single, Turn the Lights Out in America. Turn the Lights Out in America is out right now. If you're new here, y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. When you tap the screen and you see the little hearts come up, it just makes the live more popular so more people can see it, so more people come up in here, we have a better vibe. Tap the screen, share the live to somebody who likes this kind of vibe, and follow me if you're not already following me. And help me reach these live goals up here. My live goal for tonight is 11 of these crowns because I just dropped my new single and my name is King Hoodie. So 11 of these crowns, and I'm looking for 50 subscribers to the members area. You already know. Those are all the assignments. You feel me? Let's get to it. Appreciate y'all. Tiffany Robinson, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Y'all gotta stream my brand new song, Turn the Lights Out in America. We playing it all night. We playing it all night. We got some spoken word at the end of this shit. Greatest. I'm gonna play the song back. Boom. Here we go. What y'all doing tonight? Hollywood Poison, what up? Fernanda Leva, what? Can you give a shout out to Renee, please? Shout out, Renee. Beautiful skin. Thank you, bald head. Can barely hear you. Victoria, appreciate you for telling me that. I was over here I was giving out all these dope ass announcements a second ago, and I just had the Bluetooth speaker right there, so y'all couldn't hear anything I was saying. So I feel like a real fool right now. What are y'all up to tonight, man? How y'all feeling? Welcome to the live. And yeah, my goal and my objective for this live is just to make sure to. My goal and my objective for this live is to let y'all all hear my new single. It just dropped right now. And if I sound crazy, it's because I have been ripping and running like nobody's business. Getting this concert together, doing rehearsals, navigating stuff with different people. It's crazy. The independent grind is not for the faint of heart, okay? Let me see. Olivia, thank you for the follow, Olivia. Appreciate you. Just Jen. If you're new to this really chill, positive community, welcome. Appreciate you, Just Jen. Hollywood Poison, how has your day been? It's been good, man. It's been good. I thought I was gonna rest today. I'm like, yo, today I'm gonna sleep, bro. I'm gonna rest. I've done my work. Now the rest is up to God. It didn't work out like that. It didn't work out like that at all. They're like, yo, we don't need you outside. And so I'm just not getting really home. I just took a shower. I just left the gym, and anybody who know me know I'm normally in the gym way earlier, so it's crazy. Jada, what up, Jada? Congratulations. Thank you. This is my new song, Turn the Lights Out in America. Y'all gotta go and stream it right now. Stream it, like it, repost it, the whole nine. Appreciate you. I'm in the zone right now, man. I'm just working and hustling like nobody can even understand. Like, we going in. We going beyond. You know? Caribbean Beauty, welcome to the live. Yeah, I was wanting this to work, but I guess it's not working today. That's super unreliable. Yep. I don't know what's happening. Fuck it. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Welcome to the live. Yo, I'm like one of those things, like if you're having like an out of body experience, not like a real out of body experience, one of them things like, yo, I'm beat up. Setting up your own concerts is ghetto, bruh. This shit, it takes everything. You start seeing the worst in people when you need them to handle business for you. I don't need none of that shit, because when you needed me to do something, that's what it is. Natalie, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Natalie. Oh, you're tired, but at least you're productive. Yes. Productivity is key. Jada, what up, Jada? Natalie, what's up, Natalie? Natalie, where you at in the world right now? You said good morning, and it's absolutely 10 o'clock on the East Coast of the United States of America. Counting revenue stream. But, Natalie, you gotta stream my brand new song. Turn Lights On in America. The song that's playing in the background, it just dropped at 8 o'clock. It's dope, man, because this song just dropped at 8 o'clock. But we're already trending on Audio Mac. We had 1,000 streams before the song even went live. And I'm like, yeah, shout out to us. You gotta hear these lyrics. Like that. Okay. Congrats. Thank you, Natalie. He has an upcoming show in Miami. That's right. Appreciate you, Natalie. Caribbean Beauty. Thank you. Natalie just made it rain on me. Appreciate you, Natalie. What is this? What? Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't know that the Appreciate you, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate you. I didn't know that the little crown came with blushes. That was my first time using it. But Natalie, I appreciate you. Natalie, to knock the live goal out. That's what you chose as your live goal. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I thought it was I don't know what it was gonna do, honestly. That was my first time experience. That shit done turned me into Betty Boop. Mila. What's up, Mila? How you feeling? Welcome to the live. That was adorable. Yeah, that was crazy. Caribbean Beauty, welcome. Yeah. Yo, we're celebrating right now. I just got a brand new song called Turn the Lights Out in America. It just came out. I'm going to play a little bit of it for y'all. Let me actually, I'm going to just play the second verse. Because this second verse is dope. And it's cool because it's dope. Here, I play this. Rock with me. There is a feeling of being free that some people just can't believe. I ain't talking about what we see, it was pushed to us on TV. Free, really open to move and do as you please. I know one day we'll be gone, but just call me before you leave. I plant my feet in the soil just like a seed. Whole planet to sleep, but my homie can't catch a Z before Lady Liberty come step on his dreams. From that time and place on Time magazine, things are not what they seem, we come apart at the seams. Please don't think you can't love me because my shirt isn't clean. And if you look at my life, you see I haven't a thing. But till the rivers run dry, I'll give it all for my team. So tell me, what do you mean when people judge me and look at me like a freak? I won't hesitate to tell you I'm king. I come with all that it brings. You can count on it, count on revenue streams while they tell us our own story on screens. I don't need you to talk for me, homie, do it for small girls. And if you got love for these women, have it for all girls. Do it for the short, thick, skinny, and tall girls. And when they're not around, don't change the name that you call girls. Cause you know the rich keep getting richer, the poor can't make a sound. The buildings keep getting bigger and further off from the ground. So Miss America start tearing them down. I wrote this song, bet she's loving me now. And let the chorus sing.
Shooting stars, flashing lights, shiny cars. This is life, working hard. Now we don't know what to do with it all. We gotta turn lights out in America. Oh, got the apple pie, now you gotta marry us. Working till you die, cause you're getting married, son. We about to turn the lights out in America. Turn the lights out in America.
Snatched us from Africa, but we didn't die there. Murderous Middle Passage, but we didn't die there. Caskets in the Atlantic, but we didn't die there. Shackled us when we landed, but we didn't die there. Planted all they tobacco, but we didn't die there. They packed us like cattle, but we didn't die there. Took us from our mamas, but we didn't die there. Had their way with our mamas while we was sitting right there. Gave our daddy them lashes, but we didn't die there. Had no idea we was planning while they sitting right there. Thought we was singing and dancing, that's black shit right there. Till Nat pulled up and blasted, that's that get back there. Ran into the night, but we didn't die there. We ran for our lives, but we didn't die there. We saved our daughters, but we didn't die there. We waded in the water, but we didn't die there. Took them losses on their farms, but we didn't die there. Burned them crosses on our lawns, but we didn't die there. Hit our churches with them bombs, but we didn't die there. They chain ganged us for miles, but we didn't die there. And if we honest, it took us a pandemic and canceled concerts and games with no fans in it. And Derek Chauvin for 8.5 minutes. And all this marching to get you to stand with us.
And that's the song, Turn Lights Out in America. Feel me? You know what's interesting, man? I think it's so interesting because, I've been sitting on that song for a while, right? It took forever to really get it the way I wanted it to sound. So I've been sitting on this song for a long ass time. And I think it's so interesting because all the stuff that we talk about on the lives when we go live in the morning is kind of the exact same thing. Like, it's like the same message, bro. Like, we got to unplug from some of this artificial fake ass shit. Like, I don't understand the concept of going to a restaurant and making sure to take a picture of my food before I eat it. As if anybody online gives a fuck about what I'm eating. No one cares, bruh. But we get so in our head about trying to do what's socially acceptable and socially viable. And it's like, bruh, that shit is bullshit. We forgot how to be natural people because we were born and raised in an unnatural place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we born and raised in apartments, like these concrete boxes and then our minds become like concrete boxes. You know what I'm saying? We stop thinking openly and freely, and we stop thinking like in the ways that the Egyptians used to think, or in ways that like some of these ancient thinkers used to think, where it's like, yo, we knew about innovation, we knew about some of these natural laws, we believed in things. Now it's like we don't really believe in shit anymore except what we can see. And it's crazy because we see less now than we've seen ever before. Like, the internet gave us the whole world, but the reality is like we're seeing less. For some reason we're becoming more and more ignorant, you know? I don't know what it's about, but it's definitely about it. Wow, reminds me of an Immortal Technique joint. Thank you. Straight from home into school, same boxes, the same boxes. And we was even talking about it the other day, like the school to prison pipeline. The school looked just like the factory looked just like the prison looked just like the school. Like, they all got bells to let you know when to change position. They all got a foreman or a principal or a warden. They all got lunchtime. They all got some kind of recreational time. They all got like it's the exact same formula. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's funny because like I guess that's like the overall theme of my music, is just to remind people like, yo, bro, we forgot some really important shit, and I think that our world is gonna keep sucking unless we. And I don't think the world sucks. I think the world is a beautiful and abundant and extraordinary place. I just think that we're misusing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're misusing all this wonderful shit that we got. Like, why are we still digging up oil and shit from like, you know? Like, why are we still digging up oil and using it? You know what I'm saying? Where you at? I'm in Miami. Let me see. Your third eye is really open. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. That was a dope way to spell third eye. I've never seen that before. That's cool. That seemed like some secret society shit. That's cool as hell. I never seen that, but I understood it. Word. It's a good song. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate that for tapping into it. Like, the smarter our phone, the dumber our brains. You know what's crazy, Just Jen? I saw this quote. I saw this little post on Instagram a while ago, and it was a picture of like an old rotary phone. Like, remember them old rotary phones, the ones that you had to like crank the dial this way, like the one you had to turn, the shit for like a game, like you had to turn it to make a call. And it was just a picture of this old rotary phone, and underneath it was a caption that said, "When the phones had wires, the people were free." When the phones had wires, the people were free. And I was like, damn. When the phones had wires, the people were free. I was like, yo, that's a bar, bruh. And it's so true. Exactly, Natalie. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, yo, when the phones had wires, the people was free. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy accurate. Because you have to leave that shit at home. I heard somebody say, like in another way, it was like, yo, you remember we used to have email? Like when email was like a new thing? Remember we used to always say like BRB, be right back, or TTYL? He said, you noticed that we don't really say that anymore? We don't really say that anymore because we're always plugged in. We're always connected. A person knows that if they can't get a phone call from you, they can get a text from you. If they can't get a text from you, they'll leave a voicemail for you. If they can't leave a voicemail for you, they'll leave a voice note for you. If they can't leave a voice note for you, they can hit you on the gram. They can hit you on TikTok. They can hit you on, like, there's so many different modes of like communication now. It's like, yo, we're never turned off. We're always on. You know, I just heard this other guy just give this little story. He was like, an old man was talking to like a salesman. A salesman came to this guy's house, was trying to sell him something. And the old man was sitting there like, talking to the guy. Then the phone started ringing in the man's house. And so the salesman said, hey, sir, like the phone rang and the guy didn't care. He go, okay. Phone rang again. The guy didn't care again. The phone rang a third time and the salesman was like, sir, do you notice your phone is ringing? He said, yeah, I know. He said, aren't you going to go and get it? He said, let me tell you something. I had that phone installed for my convenience, not its convenience. And I was like, damn, that's a bar. He said, aren't you going to go pick up the phone? I had the phone installed. I'm paying this phone bill for my convenience, not its convenience. Like, we forgot who's in charge of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like being a parent. At some point, you got a kid, and then sometimes, like, at some point, the tides turn, and then the kid ends up raising himself or being the one, like, getting it popping. It's like, nah, bro. No. Like, yo, I had that phone installed for my convenience. It's ringing because it rings. That's what a phone does. I'm not supposed to run over there and grab that shit every time I get a notification. I'm not a slave to this shit. This shit belongs to me. I didn't pay for this thing to be a slave to it. No, you belong to me. Get out of here, bro. But we don't have that kind of thinking anymore. We're so like dependent on notifications. Dog, people catch full-blown anxiety attacks when they realize that they left their phone at home. The first thing that comes into your mind is the emergencies. Oh my God, what if an emergency happens? If an emergency happens and someone has the ability to call you about it, that means that you are nowhere near that emergency no matter what. And if you're nowhere near that emergency no matter what can you really do to help? You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, what did you do back in the day when there was an emergency? I guess you have faith. And then 3, it's like, the reality is when you leave your phone at home, most likely there is not going to be an emergency. But that's the first thing that pops to our head. Oh my God, what if something super important needs to happen? Because you start remembering all the times when you did get a really important call at a really important time. You're like, oh shit. So now you think every moment is that. And it's like, no, every moment is not that. Like, let's stop being so sucked into this shit. I like the phone. Like, we're communicating right now through it. But let's understand that it is the tool. We are the humans. Let's not like become the tool to it. Every time a notification goes off on my phone, I got to run to it. Why? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not the slave to this shit. This is a device. You know what I'm saying? This is a device, and it's a device that I bought for my convenience, not its convenience. I don't belong to you. You belong to me. Apple didn't pay me to belong to you. I paid Apple so that I can have the phone. You know? Let me see. Keep giving a message. It's needed. Thank you, LV. Yes. I'm telling you. Yes, people expect you to always be accessible. Setting boundaries, people be confused. Honestly, people get offended too. You set some boundaries for yourself and people get pissed. And you like, yo, how can you be pissed off at me for doing what it is that I naturally do? Like, but that's also our fault as people. Like, if we never set boundaries before, you can't be mad at somebody for not respecting it. It's like a dog. If you never train your dog, you can't be mad at. If you never train your dog, you can't be mad at the dog when the dog runs inside your house and messes your shit up. It's like, yo, you never trained this dog to not mess your shit up. You've allowed this kind of behavior. It's also no different in a relationship, or it's no different in any kind of other friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I'm gonna need you to respect my boundaries. But if you don't establish those boundaries from the beginning, you can't be mad at a person for like misusing you or mistreating you. I had a friend tell me this shit the other day. He was like, I don't mind if people use me, just don't misuse me. And I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool way to phrase that. He's like, yo, everybody's gonna use everybody. Everybody's getting used. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind if you use me, just don't misuse me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's a bar. Let me see. LV, questions your ATCQ. Oh yeah, shirt isn't on your merch website. How can I get one? Oh yeah, that Tribe Called Quest shirt. Yeah, that's not one of my shirts. That's one of this company's shirt. This is Fly Supply. This is one of their shirts. Yeah. I'll send you the link to it for sure. I'll send you the link to it. Yeah, you just gotta DM me and let me know, and I'll send it to you. Phones give me anxiety. I can't always be accessible. Nah, my free time is my personal time. That's a fact, Just Jen. Someone else's urgency doesn't need to be yours. That's a fact. Like, how much of that stuff do we internalize, and how much of that stuff do we bring inside of our own psyches just because we think so? Like, bruh, half of the notifications that you get on your phone, probably a good 40, 50, maybe even 60% is unnecessary shit. You're getting emails, you're getting text messages, you're getting advertisements, you're getting notifications from devices and apps that you thought you rather needed, but you really don't need. Like, I get notifications from all kind of random shit, and I'm making a point to turn that shit off because I don't like being a slave to the ding, and now I gotta run over there. Oh my gosh, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I want to say it's like a chemical thing too. Like, we think certain notifications are like gonna change our life. No different than the kind of feeling of satisfaction that we get when we place an order on Amazon and we immediately want it, and then when it finally comes, we get this rush, this surge of adrenaline and euphoria as if Christmas just happened. It's like, yeah, but we're deluding ourselves, man. We're deluding ourselves with this shit. Like, I'm not saying don't like interactions with people. I'm also not saying don't go shopping on Amazon, but I am saying, why are we making this shit mean any more to us than what it is? I'm all for enjoying our lives, but not if it comes at the cost of like having some sort of unnatural experience and obsession with notifications and instant gratification from some shit getting sent to my house. Who cares? You know? Who is supposed to care? I don't know. I might be saying completely nothing right now because, again, I'm tired. I'm super tired right now. Let me see. Facts, no tax. I'm telling you, I say that all the time, right? Just Jen. I turned off all my notifications. I'm not a dog being trained. That's a fact. Hey, where's the sound effects? There we go. That's right. We're not dogs out here. I tell people all the time, use me. You only feel guilty about it when you're misusing me. Ah, see, that's a bar. That's a super bar. Sound effect. There we go. That's a super bar. CX. What up, CX? I see you over there on Instagram. Yeah, man, nah, like that's how I feel about it. And I did like that phrase, like, use me, just don't misuse me. I was like, that's pretty cool. Because I use people all the time. Sometimes I call some friends just so they could do something for me. Like, yo, can you do this for me? I called you, and I have to be honest with you. It wasn't to ask you about how your kids and your life is doing. I called you because you're an expert in this space, and I need someone in this space to do something for me right now. But at the same time, I also don't get crazy when somebody calls me about that shit. Like, I want to be of service. Don't be scared to call me. Sometimes I be surprised at my own self by the shit I agree to. One of my homies asked me to help him move tomorrow. I didn't expect to do that on Friday, but I'm gonna go do it. Like, that shit is a breeze. Of course I'm gonna go help you move, bro. At one point I was a professional mover. I packed this shit up in a heartbeat. But it's like I don't feel bad when people call me and ask me for things. Only for some shit I absolutely can't do. Then I'm like, damn, I wish I could help this person. I can't. Young Gordon, what up? Can't hear you. What? All right. Did that work? All right. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with this shit. Yeah, I have no idea. Yo. I don't know. I have no idea. Damn, that's true. They can't hear me. It's crazy shit. Just sometimes a digital detox is needed. My attention span is getting worse. Yo, I saw some statistic that said that we have the average American or the average person in today's society has the attention span of a goldfish. And I was like, man, what the fuck are they talking about? I hope that's not true at all. Narcissistic atrium. Thank you for the follow. I've had the same number since I was 12, and I've been able to do that because everyone can't get it. Yeah. Where's my sound effects at, yo? Nah, I'm gonna need more sound effects than that. That's crazy. More laughter. There we go. Yeah, I have no idea. This is crazy. Damn, this is not working properly. I've had the same number since I was 12 because everybody can't get it. That's a fact. Everybody can't get this number. Nice atrium. Oh, wow. I've never looked at it like this. Oh, straight up. I can now. Ah, CX. Okay, you jumped over here to TikTok. I don't know. I'm also streaming on other platforms. I guess my system is not working. Hold up. I don't know what's happening over there. I guess it wasn't working. Just Jen. Short form videos are making my attention span bad, and that's why I like your longer lives. Yo, I'm gonna be honest, we be going hard in these lives sometimes. Like, it's been a couple times y'all jump up the live and that shit says 3.5 hours. I'm like, bruh, I never knew I could do that ever in my whole life. That's crazy to me, bro. That is really crazy. And I'm like, man, that shit is intense. Like, super intense. But it works. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm down for the longer lives. But I was just blown away by that. Jada, what's your ethnicity? I'm Haitian and Puerto Rican. I'm Haitian and Puerto Rican, but then people always talking to me about like Native American stuff. And I got to remind people or tell people that my grandmother is Native, but not like American Native, like Taino Indian from Puerto Rico. So, yeah. If you see some Indian in me, I have no idea what it's about, but except that. But I'm Haitian and Puerto Rican, so, and I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida. July 27, 1993, I was born in Jackson Memorial Hospital down here in Miami. And I've been a star from the start. I've been a star from the very beginning. I wish I could believe that, man. I had a rough ass childhood, bro. That shit was tough. But But we here now, man. I'm July 23rd. Stop playing with us. Yo. Input. Man, I have no idea what I'm doing. Man, I have no idea what I'm doing. 1993. Natalie, 1993 all day. Wait a minute. Were you born in 1993, Natalie? If you were, that's awesome. If you were not, then okay. Damn, I really wanted this to work. I guess it's not working properly. Shit. Yo. This is crazy. Tearing them down. Hold up. 2001. Wait a minute. No, wait. 2021. Hold on. Natalie, you were born in 2001? Which makes you 22 years old? I'm a grandfather to you then, Natalie. OG. I'm an OG then. Yup. See, I thought you were a 90s baby like me, Natalie. I'm a grandfather to you. I'm a grandfather to you, Natalie. This clearly isn't working, and I ain't going for it. Okay, stop the streaming. Break this up. Alright, I was hoping that I could get the other sites streaming and shit. Did not work. So focusing all my energy back here. CX. Appreciate you, CX. Hold up. This is startling news. This is a startling development in the Natalie case. We didn't know. We never knew this. Jada, 1998. Okay. At least we're creeping into the 90s. Just Jen, 1990. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yup, 90s babies for sure. We had all the best cartoons in the 90s, bro. The best cartoons ever. We had shit like Ren and Stimpy. We had Rocko's Modern Life. I want to say Rugrats dropped in the 90s. What was that other shit? SpongeBob kind of dropped in the 90s, but like Rocket Power. Like, man, 90s kids got it going on. Thank you, CX. I appreciate you, CX. We had it popping. They'll never understand. They'll never understand us 90s babies. Let me see. It's my environment, how I was raised. Everyone says they would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed it. Yeah, I would have never guessed that at all. That was also my situation when I was 20. I remember working at a warehouse when I was 20, and no one believed that I was 20. They're like, there's no way you're 20. You're so mature. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck kind of 20-year-olds you talking about, but I gotta get to this money. I don't got time to relax. It's funny, when I was 20, everyone thought that I was older, and I was working in a warehouse. And then now, my full-time thing is music. I make music 24/7, and I think that makes me happier. So I'm older, but people think that I'm younger. They be like, you're not 30 years old, you're like something else. I was in Atlanta, and some girls trying to guess my age. She's like, you're 22, 23. I'm like, nah, what's wrong with you people? Hell no. So I get it. Style, I get it, Natalie. I get it. Just Jen, Hey Arnold. Dawg, Hey Arnold was one of the best shows ever. Yo, Hey Arnold Bruh, Hey Arnold was living in the projects. Like, that's what Nickelodeon has never told us. Bruh, Hey Arnold was living in the hood. Let's be honest. He got one of every type of ethnicity in his neighborhood. His parents ain't around. He living with his grandparents. He going to school getting bullied by a girl whose daddy owned a beeper shop. Yo, bruh. You are in the hood, sir. You are in the hood. You're in the hood. You're in the hood. His teacher, his school teacher, like he's scared of his own shadow. Bro, you're in the projects. Those are those developments that you get when you get older and you start realizing shit like, hold up. This kid may not have been living good. He living with his grandparents. He don't got no brothers, no sisters. He living in a pretty much a boarding house. He living in a house full of a whole bunch of transients. One of them got a pig. He's a Chinese guy who live in there. There's other people who live up in there. Like, you pretty much living in a trap, bro. I've know this kind of house. Like, let's be real. Paris, CX, appreciate y'all. Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. I can't be the only one who understood that. Yo, he was living in the ghetto, bro. He was living in the ghetto, bro. He was a real one. Facts. That's so Raven, right? Let me see. Sorry. Narcissistic. I'm 1989, but I definitely grew up in the 90s. There you go. How's it coming for your show? It's coming well, man. Like, one of them things where you're like, you know you're stressed, but you can't call it stress because you ain't no punk. So you gotta call it overworked or something. I don't know. It's like I gotta level this out. But it's good because I know the ending result is gonna be amazing. But it's just leading up. The process leading up is so much delegating and so much like deliberation and so much communication. It's like over communication. Then when you over communicate, people still act like they don't know what's going on. Then you gotta tell them just again and again and again. And then you gotta pacify certain people and then like go hard on certain other people. It's great. It's excellent. Same, right? I work, then home, right? Same, everyone thinks I'm younger, right? Courage a cowardly dog, yo. Courage is another one that was living in the ghetto. Let's stop playing like he wasn't. He had the strangest characters in the world pulling up to his doorstep. You know what I'm saying? I remember one episode was like a foot. It was like a straight up, it was a foot. It was a gang that was all a foot. I think it was Eustace's foot. And it was just a gang. It was gross. Courage was kind of gross to see. I didn't want to watch Courage at night. His best friend, Black. Yo, Natalie, Hey Arnold was living in the hood. You know that. Gerald, and that's a real black name too, because his name wasn't Timothy. Like, his name was Gerald. Like, that's I'm just saying. Helga loved him too. Helga was different. Helga was a different breed, because she felt like she wanted to whoop his ass every day. And then the second he wasn't around, she was doing her thing. And then she had a stalker. She's stalking him and she got a stalker. That's crazy, bro. That's some hood logic. Who's preying on the one that preys on you? Like, she over here creeping looking at him and somebody creeping looking at her. Every time I turn around, that weird ass kid that kept wheezing all the time. What a weird concept, bro. And they never explained what happened to Arnold's parents. I felt bad for this guy. I want to say they brought that show back. Let me see. I just watched the whole piece about how deep the show is and how it played jazz and allowed meditation. Really, that's interesting. Stay up. Thank you, Paris. Appreciate you, Paris. Let me see. Did you meditate today? CX, I actually just meditated an hour ago. 1 hour ago, I was meditating. Normally, I do it in the morning, but as soon as I got up, I jumped straight on the live because I woke up later today because I went to sleep later because we had that long-ass rehearsal yesterday. And then I just got activated. I had to do a bunch of stuff today. I had to take my father grocery shopping, so I had to drive to his house, pick him up, take him grocery shopping, which is cool because acts of service. I feel like when you stressed out and you working on stuff, acts of service really help you out, man. Like, somebody asks you for help, just go and give them some help or go do something nice for somebody. And I feel like the storm kind of clears up because good karma, I guess. So, yeah, I had a later start today. K-Splash. Never mind the little things. Your show is a blessing. You blessed, not stressed. That's true. Very true, Natalie. Blessed, not stressed. I was about to say it in reverse. Blessed, not stressed. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. It just feels like it's so much stuff that you got to do by yourself. It's like I'm making all these calls and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I really got to like focus on really building out a team. Not just having people that are able to like lift things and move things, but people that are actually able to like contribute to the overall like chipping away at the block. And I know I got capable people around me, but I still feel like they still lean on me and ask me like, okay, what is it that you need us to do? And I'm like, yo, I literally created a 10-year target, a 3-year picture, a 1-year plan, and quarterly goals. So I mean, if I were on the receiving end of that, saying I want to work and be a part of this team, I would just look at those goals and see how I can make them come to life. But if I sit and say that to somebody, they might think that I'm like patronizing them. But that's just what I would do. I'll be like, yo, we literally as a team, as a collective, have an entire roadmap for how the next year is supposed to look, leading into 3 years, leading into 10 years. Let me just work on these goals. But I think I have to crush it down and get it like tighter and be like, okay, look, this is your specific responsibility. This is your specific responsibility. And then I think I need to like, there's a woman who kind of wants to come around and be a team leader, and I haven't like given her the green light to do that. But she told me, she's like, I'm really good at like getting teams to do tasks. She's like a task manager, really. And I just haven't brought her into the fold. I'm still kind of assessing her because I didn't want to bring her in and then kick her out because she's not a good fit for us. You know, I found out that in order for you to have synergy in your company, you got to share core values with people. And I feel like, yeah, you might be willing to serve that purpose right now, but if your core values don't match up with ours, there's going to be contention no matter what, because we're going for this thing, and I think you think that we're going for this thing, and I don't think you really know that it's not exactly the same. Like, anybody can do the job that you need them to do, but that's not who you want to work with. You want to work with the people that believe in the same things that you believe, because they're going to do it beyond whatever the job description is. Like, Apple employees, they don't just stop there. They keep going because they know that they're a part of the future. They know they're a part of something incredible. I got that from Simon Sinek. He got this talk on TED Talk. He had a TED Talk. It's called like Start With Why, Simon Sinek. And he talks about why, like how successful companies do what they do, and they do it because they only bring in and they only work with people who believe what they believe, and they only sell their products to people who believe what they believe. Like Apple is one of the greatest examples. Apple, Southwest Airlines, and like a handful of other companies are like, they're textbook case studies of why or how you can do what it is that you're doing to a whole nother level and develop a cult-like following just by establishing your core values, making sure your team got the same core values, and making sure your clients and your customers, that's who you're serving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hope I'm making sense. I got people that want to play these parts, but I got to make sure that I'm not bringing you in just to eventually kick you out because you're not a good fit. And I knew that going into it. That doesn't make sense, because now I'm just like, that doesn't even feel good karmically, because I know I'm just using you for whatever it is you're doing physically, but I know I'm gonna kick you out because you're not a good fit emotionally. And I didn't have the integrity to tell you that at the onset, because I was so desperate to build a team. I'm letting anybody in, and this is gonna break shit up. Like, I've already been there before. I've already like brought people in, and they had to get people out because their true colors kept showing up, and it wasn't something that was going to change. They're not going to change to fit into the mold of the company culture that you're trying to build. They're going to continuously try to do the thing that they want to do, and it's like, yo, bro, this is what we represent. This is what we're doing. Are you a part of this? Yeah, but I think it could be done differently, and you got to do it somewhere else. You know, I'm all down for creative and constructive building, but not if you don't share our core values, bro. You really don't want to go where we're going. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, E.T. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, Natalie and E.T. DX and everybody. All right, let's go to these comments. They kind of did explain, right? I was talking about Hey Arnold. That's what I'm talking about. Hey Arnold. That's so true. I always make others laugh, right? Laughter is an act of service. Beauty, what's up, Beauty? Hannah, facts. Natalie, it's been me and Mom. My dad helps, but I need a team, definitely a manager. Absolutely, man. And it could be such an intricate process. Like, I think a lot of people think that like, oh, as soon as you get this person to play this job, everything works. And it's like, no, man, you actually have to groom this person and speak to them constantly and consistently, and there are going to be expectations that you have of them and the expectation that they have of you. You still got to do a lot of the deciding yourself, unless you want to be a hands-off kind of person. Like there's so much that goes into that dynamic, so much. But like, for example, I'm reading this book called Traction, and in Traction it talks about at the top of every company there's two positions. There's a visionary and an integrator. The visionary is the person who just has like all the ideas. When you're the person that's creative and you're the one that got the ideas and you're the ones that got the relationships, you're the visionary. But if you're the kind of person that like spreadsheets and you're the kind of person like all that, CX, appreciate you. Appreciate you, CX. Thank you for that. If you're the kind of person that likes spreadsheets, if you're the kind of person that likes profit and loss statements, if you're the kind of person that really likes the analytics, then you're probably an integrator. And the book Traction talks about how visionaries, if you're a visionary and you feel like you're overworked and you're underpaid and you're not moving forward, you're not gaining traction, then you need to bring in an integrator. If you're a creative person, you need to bring in somebody who's good at the analytics, somebody who's good at the charts and the spreadsheets and all that shit that you really don't want to do. If you just like creating and throwing parties and having people come around and just building up culture, there's value in that. There's like intrinsic value in that. Like that shit is valuable no matter what. All you need now is somebody on the other side to organize it all. You throw all your ideas at them and they're like, okay, this is how we systematize your ideas to where over the next 6 to 12 to 18 months, we accomplish this percentage of what it is that you want to do. And as creatives, we'd be like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I want to do this shit now and overnight. But your integrator, which is like your analytical person, they're going to sit and be like, no, I'm going to keep it 1,000. It's not going to happen overnight at all. But over the next 18 months, we're going to accomplish this goal. Appreciate you, ET. Over the course of the next 6 to 12 to 18 months, with measurable action items getting done each quarter, we will see growth, we will see change, we will see traction. But it's not going to happen like that. It's going to happen by us systematizing this and then communicating that with the organization at large, communicating that with the rest of the team, communicating that with your assistant, with whoever else is around. Like, it's going to happen in those ways. And I'm like, all right, now I'm understanding, like, okay, there is a dynamic that needs to happen there. Facts. Ask her what's her purpose for wanting to work with you. Ask her what will it do for her. It's facts. I think I may be too far. I do have to ask her that. We all do things that benefit us first. True. Very true. Jada, good night. Good night, Jada. Have a blessed night. Let's see. Rainbow Child, thank you for the follow. Hannah, do you think the creator... CX, appreciate you. Thank you for that, CX. Hannah, do you think the creator visionary should be knowledgeable about what the analytics department does? In my humble opinion, I do think that you should be knowledgeable about it, but I do think that you should have the wherewithal and like the mental fortitude to know that that's not your department. Like that's a thing. I know the broad strokes of that. I know like the overall of that, but getting into like the minutia of it, getting into the small details and the day-to-day, that's not my thing. And we got to understand that our mind, as powerful as we know it is still a finite construct, meaning like there's only so much shit that your brain could hold. Your brain is constantly doing like an expelling process. It's disposing of things that don't matter. Like anything that you forgot, you only forgot it because it wasn't important. Your brain constantly like is doing a cleaning out process of whatever it is that is unessential. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's a fact. To anybody who's ever forgot a language, you know you didn't like ask for that. You know you didn't sit and was like, I would like to forget Spanish even though I was speaking it perfectly at 4 years old. Like, no, you didn't do that, but your brain wasn't using it. Appreciate you, CX. Your brain wasn't using it. Thank you, CX. Your brain wasn't using that thing, so it got rid of it. So I think that like we gotta, as long as we understand it, like, yo, I only have so much bandwidth. Like I only got so many brain cells and I only have so many areas of interest. A jack of all trades is a master of none. And that's one thing I never wanted to be. I never in my life wanted to be a jack of all trades because I knew that was a recipe for failure. Any person that you know that's a jack of all trades that does a little bit of everything really does a whole lot of nothing. Like jack of all trades is a master of none. And I always like to use this example when it comes to that. Like I always like to use the example of water in cups. Let's say you come to my house, right? And we're over there at my kitchen counter. And I say, okay, you're thirsty? Here, I'm gonna give you a drink. On one half of the counter, I have 12 cups. that are all filled up with like, you know, a portion of water, this much water in 12 different cups, right? And then on the other side of the table, I have 1 cup of water filled all the way to the top. If you're thirsty and you come over, which one do you want? Oh, you're thirsty? Here, I got these beverages. You could drink a sip from these 12 different cups, or you can go and get your fill in this 1 cup that was filled all the way to the top. Which one which one is going to quench your thirst? I feel like the average person would sit and be like, yo, I'm going to get the full cup. Why wouldn't I? Exactly. So how come you're not doing that in your life? What are you talking about? You're doing 50 different things in 50 different directions. You're spreading yourself very thin. You're dropping a little bit of water in 12 different cups. That 12 different cups just not going to satisfy anybody. It's not satisfying you because you're overworked and underpaid. And it's also not satisfying your clients because people don't want handymen. Like, we don't go in there like, let me hire a handyman for this shit. Like, no, that's bullshit. No one does that. When people need something done, we call specialists. If somebody has to work on my car, I don't want Larry down the block that also does plumbing and all this other shit. No, I want a mechanic to work on my car. If my pipes need to get fixed, who am I calling? I'm calling a plumber. If I need to get my teeth fixed, I'm not going to a overall holistic therapist. No, I'm going to a dentist. Like, we like specialists. We like knowing that when we need something, there is a professional who is a professional in something specific that is relevant to the problem we have at the moment, and they can fix this thing specifically. Even when it comes to the body, there's different doctors for different parts of the body. You know what I'm saying? You have cardiologists, you have neurosurgeons, you have orthopedic doctors. Like, specializing is where you want it to be. So when it comes down to it, you could take a sip of these 12 cups, or you could drink this full gallon, you know, until you get your fill. And that's why I never wanted to be a jack of all trades. I'm like, bro, I don't want to. I know that like expending and expelling my energy in all these different directions is a recipe for disaster. So I just think that it's important to like have an understanding of what that department does. But I know, okay, I don't need to know in detail of that. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm going to play that my day to day. But in an organization, it's a team effort. So I know I need to focus on my thing. I need to specialize in my area and allow them to specialize in theirs. And if I don't, and if I start micromanaging people and getting in their business, trying to get my hands on everything, then I'm stifling the company growth. I'm stifling my team. And eventually they're going to leave me because, you know, my ego is so big that I think that it's not going to get done right if I don't do it. It's like, bro, get out your own head, bro. Like, other people know how to do things too. There are other capable people in the world, you know? Let me see. I was listening to Materialize today. I'm on a song on the radio. I really enjoyed it. Appreciate you, Mila. Materialize. Thank you, Mila. I appreciate you for that. That's right. Materialize is one song of mine that like people really love. I love it too, but like I think they really love it. And it's funny because I don't think they really even know that the song is kind of about a robbery. Rainbow Child, what are we talking about? Right now, we're just talking about like teams, putting a team together. And like when you want to go for something, a lot of times when it's our dream and our goal, we tend to have our hands on everything. But it really is important to have other people around that can play different parts. So Natalie was talking about like how her team is really kind of comprised of her mom, and her dad. But like, you know, she needs other people to fill them other positions, yo. And I'm in the same boat. Like I got people around, but it's not enough just to have. That's the next problem. The first problem is like, okay, I need people around. Then you kind of fill yourself with these people. The next problem after that is finding the right people. You know, and that's always going to be the trick. And that's a trick that goes all the way up the ladder. Steve Jobs had that problem up until he passed away. Like that corporate shit is crazy because these people, if they know that you're a good person, they like companies and corporate heads, they steal employees from each other. And I didn't know that shit until like I heard Steve Jobs say something about how it took him years to pry some of the best employees out of HP, like Hewlett Packard. It took him years to pry out some of the best employees from there because he knew that they had a lot of talent. So he was like in there, like talking to some of their best people, like, yo, come and work at Apple, come and work at Apple. And then when I was talking to Trevor Edwards, the guy at Nike, he was telling me, he was like, yo, he was telling me the Elon Musk story. And he was also telling me a Steve Jobs story because both of them hit him with the same shit. Like, oh, Trevor, I got a position for you. And Trevor was actually entertaining the idea, but he was not going to go with Steve. As much as he loved him and you know, he was there, I'm not going over there. He was entertaining the idea with Elon Musk, but it ended up falling through because he just didn't want to do that. He wasn't going to leave Nike to go and do that with him, even though he was kind of over it. He was about to retire in Nike anyway. He's like, I'm either going to retire and do nothing, or I can leave and go with this guy. But do I want to be a part of that company? But it's like, that's what corporate America does. Once they find that you're a good person in some of these companies, they just want to pry you out. Oh, you're doing good work marketing for Nike? Cool. Come and work at Tesla. Yeah, how much are they paying you? $250? I'll pay you $300. Come. Like, it's really funny. So good people, having good people, that's a problem that's gonna happen forever. You're always gonna have that up the ladder. And the crazy thing is, when you actually do find good, great, amazing people, and then they want to leave and do other things, you know, as much as you want their growth, you still get pissed off. It's like, damn it, that was a great person, and we did so good together. They understood it, they got it. It's crazy. But these are only like boss problems. I'm reading Measure What Matters Now by John Doerr. Oh, that's fire. I'm definitely gonna, what's this? I'm definitely gonna tap into that. That sounds like a great book. What is it about? Hannah, right? The Full Cup, right? Of course, right? I was doing that 3 years ago and had to stop. It was dragging me. I'm telling you, it's exhausting, right? 1000%. Yes, there's so much I want to do. I started prioritizing it in order so that one handles the other. That's super dope. Yep, that's the way it goes. One handles the other, that's fly. I love systems, man. Like, once you start like really getting into this and realizing what it's all about systems. And once you start paying attention like how the system works, I can say system to a creative person and then their brain is immediately gonna just pass away. But like once you really get what a system just means, like, it's no different than, how do I even say this? A system is no different than like them videos, those really satisfying videos to watch of somebody knocking over a domino. And then it goes into this crazy elaborate thing of knocking down all the other dominoes and falling from here and setting this on fire and doing this and doing that. It's even like the movie Casper. I want to say the beginning of Casper was like that. Like he had some sort of contraption that made breakfast or some crazy shit. But it's like, yo, it's a system, man. Like if you could find a system that works for you, bro, your life's going to be incredible, man. But the people who fall in love with systems, like they're the ones who end up being really successful because a system is always going to be relevant in everything. Like even in nature, like in order for any tree or any plant to grow, you need, like I think between 3 and 5 things. You need soil, you need water, you need sunlight, you need oxygen, and you need like seed. Like it's a team effort. Everywhere you look in nature, it's a team effort. Nothing is solo. Nothing stands alone. Anybody who got this self-made mentality, like I'm gonna do it by myself, you're delusional. Like you're not delusional, you're just deluded. Like you put this idea in your head, and America does a good job of this. America does a great job of making people think that independence means alone. Independent does not mean alone. Independent just means that you're doing it independent of a already established system, but it doesn't mean that you're doing it alone. An independent artist doesn't mean I'm doing everything by myself. It just means I'm not doing it within the confines of the pre-established system that was there. I'm not a part of the music industry per se because I'm doing it differently, but it doesn't mean that I'm doing it by myself. And it's the same with independence across the board, you know? So it's like, but America has this thing. America has us all convinced that we need to be independent. And what it really does is it causes us to like erect these barriers around ourselves. Like we put these barriers over so we can walk around and say, we're self-made. I did it on my own. I did that. I did this. And I'm like, man, that's so interesting, bro. You did everything on your own? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. So if I cut you right now, you're going to be the one to heal your own wrist? Oh, no. No, right? No. Your body is going to heal the cut by itself, right? You don't have to apply any effort to heal the cut on your hand, right? Yeah, and you still think you're doing it by yourself. That's incredible. Like, we need other people. Anybody who's like you're just, it's really arrogant and narcissistic and we get caught up in our own head. It's egotistical, honestly. I got to do this by myself. Why? So I can get all the credit. No, bro. Or I got to do this by myself. Why? Because I'm terrible at working with others. I don't want to give and take. I don't want to give and take at all. I just want to take, you know? It's like, bro, get over that shit, bro. Like, get over it. Get over your ego. I was at my rehearsal last night, and it was a team effort. Anybody who saw it was like, yo, it's definitely a team effort. It's a full band, a full production, a part of this. And then when I left there, one of my friends was kind of like, yo, I noticed that in the rehearsal, you like take a lot of direction from a lot of different people. Like, do you think that's harming you at all? And in my mind, I was like, no, I understand what you're saying. Like, you hear me listening to the band and taking their suggestions into consideration for the show. Yeah, no, I'm doing that on purpose. I could easily walk in here and say, guys, this is the set. I don't want to hear anybody's lip. I don't want to hear any mouth. This is the set. This is what I believe. That's it. But the reality is, I don't know everything. I don't know everything, bro. Like, these are professional musicians. They do this every single day of their lives. And I don't always have the luxury of performing with professional musicians. Sometimes I go in there and just do it on my regular tracks. So if I'm in here and I have an opportunity to learn how a drummer thinks, how he's interpreting this sound, and how a keyboardist is interpreting this sound, and how two different guitarists, a bassist and an electric guitarist, and then background vocalists are interpreting the songs that I wrote within the confines of my own apartment, bro, I'm gonna sit there and absorb all that information. And if they're sitting and saying, yo, bro, we think that you play these songs first and then these songs. And I'm like, I think they should be this way and that way. And they're like, nah, man, trust me, this way and this way. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm cool with that. Why am I cool with that? Because one, I don't want to be an egotistical asshole, jerk, tyrant. And then two, bruh, I get to be on stage with my friends and perform all of my own music. Do I really care about the order? No, I don't care. Like, I thought that it was gonna be like, go smooth and then turn up towards the end of the set. They're like, nah, turn up in the beginning, make it smooth in the middle, and then turn up at the end. Trust us. And I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trust you guys, because I'm going into war with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna trust you. And if it ends up being bad, I'm gonna take the responsibility. Why? Because I had the option to either listen to you or shut the idea down, because I'm the leader of this crew right now. But I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you, and I'm gonna bet on your idea, and I'm gonna go to war. I'm gonna go to bat for that shit, because why not? I don't know everything. So, but my friend was concerned, like, yo, I think that maybe there's too many chefs in the kitchen. Like, maybe we just need to make the decision to make everybody else listen. And I'm like, nah, I don't care about that. Like, the decision was made when I hired these musicians. I know who's in the room. Nah, like, their suggestions are good. I agree with it. We're performing all the same music, just in a different order. And it's getting interpreted really well live. Nah, I don't give a shit about that. That's not important. What is important is doing a great show. And we're going to do a great show. As long as these guys feel good about it, I feel good about it, y'all going to feel good about it. You know? Let me see. It's important to remember that a team is brought on by positions into a structured organization, right? If they don't know their role, they won't know what to do. That's very true. If people know you very well, then they know what you'll expect. But if it's your vision, then communication is necessary until you have a project manager, right? That's what I was looking for, project manager, right? I kept saying like task manager, who keeps everyone on task, right? Wow, good to know this. Straight up. What's up, Hannah? Let me see. Someone has to build that system. That's the job, and a lot of people don't like to do it, right? I mean, building a system is like next level shit. Like, building a system, I mean, we're fortunate because we live in a world that there's so many systems already out there. You kind of don't have to reinvent the wheel in any industry. You can kind of already see what's there and then just, innovate on that. But building a system is some next level shit, because how do you create something that works seamlessly? Like, what do you do with that? Like, and then there's so many different ways the system, even picking apples isn't a guaranteed process, because what if the harvest doesn't do what you want it to do? What if they're not the size you want? What if the bugs get it? What if the weather changes? What if the people change? What if the clientele changes? What if a pandemic happens? No one wants to buy that from you? What if a Walmart pops up? Like, there's none's guaranteed, but like to actually do the work and create a system and then to have a system work for you, I can honestly say, man, in the small times where I had a system that worked for me, because I'm constantly reinventing like the team and stuff like that. I'm pushing and pulling, and when it comes to like different events and different projects, every single project I've ever done, I've attacked it in a different manner. This song, Turn the Lights Out in America, is a part of a 7-song EP that we're dropping at the beginning of April. All March, we're dropping different singles. But like every single time we've done this, we've attacked it differently because we've had different resources at different times. And also, the climate of the industry has changed in different times. So it's like the times when I did find a system that worked. For example, we just dropped Turn the Lights Out in America. This song right here, it just dropped on all streaming sites. Go and listen to it. But 30 minutes before it dropped on all streaming sites, it already had 1,000 plays on AudioMac. I reached out to my friend Matt. Matt told me, I went up to New York and I met Matt after the first time we did Sway in the morning. And he was like, yo, if you ever got any music, let me get it early and I'll be able to put it into playlists and get it positioned properly before you release and set you up for success. And I was like, bet. So this time, thank God I had the wherewithal to remember, yo, I got to call Matt and I got to tell him I got this song coming out so he can playlist it. Boom, boom, boom. Because I did what I said I was going to do and he did what he said he was going to do. 30 minutes before this song came out, there was already 1,000 streams. It already got streamed 1,000 times. So that means that either somebody listened to it like crazy or 1,000 people at least heard it once before it even came out. So I'm like, bro, that's good shit. And again, it's like different approaches. Every single time it's a different approach. But like them times where you finally got like a system that works, where it's like, yo, I know that my marketing chain and I know that my production and supply chain is so tight that, bro, when this shit comes down the pipeline, like we're winning hand over fist every time because we worked it. We know what to do. I know it's gonna happen on Sunday. I know it's gonna happen with the merch. I know it's gonna happen with the videos. I know it's gonna happen with the views and the likes. So it's like now we just gotta put the work in. So yeah, system is next level shit. That's what I teach the kids I work with. Oh, that's what's up. Interesting, Hannah. Measure what matters equals identify priorities, set ambitious goals, motivate, and aligning your team. That's what's up. This is a book you said by John Doerr. I'm gonna read that. You're 31, Hannah. 2024, yeah. So in July I'm gonna be 31. Yeah, I'm growing up quick. Yeah, in July I'm gonna be 31. Your music is fire. Trust yourself. Believe it will work out. We believe in you. Thank you, CX. I appreciate you, CX. That really means a lot. Let me see. I'm sorry. Cool. I'm gonna learn this shit if it's the last thing I do. Let's see. As you grow, that system will continue to change. It will always need tweaking. That's so true. And I honestly, Natalie, I feel like that's where like a lot of people mess up at. Like, I know in my own life, I think I'm good at like big picture stuff. When it comes down to the small little stuff, I sometimes just roll right over it. And I think that that's where a lot of success is found. It's not even in a great change. Like, it's not even like, yo, I got to change my whole plan. It's in the small pivot. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the little thing that most people just don't do. Like, yo, a majority of what you put on paper is good and is worth doing. Now, all you got to do is go out into the world, get that little defeat, get that little failure, get your teeth knocked in a little bit, and then make this small pivot. And this small pivot is gonna be the breakthrough. It's gonna be the thing that takes you to the next level. It's gonna be the thing that allows like major market penetration. That small little turn in the plan. But a lot of times people go into the battlefield or go into the workforce with a plan, and when it doesn't work out, they throw the whole plan away. And it's like, damn, bro, like we cannot be that emotional. We cannot be that sporadic, and we can't be that like, you know, that crazy. Like, yo, we got to be able to say, yo, I came in here and I'm doing 1,000 things a minute, and I'm giving it 1,000%. And then after the little failures and defeats that I just made, I'm realizing all I got to do is, it's just a small pivot right here. We're just like, let me just speak to these people. Because maybe I'm not delegating properly. Maybe I'm not speaking clearly enough. Maybe I'm just not an effective communicator. Maybe I just need to pivot it. Maybe I do have the right people. Maybe it is the right time and it is the right product and I'm in the right place. Maybe I just need to pivot this. And I think a lot of people, man, they go and they do all the big picture shit, but then when a small change needs to happen, they're either too big, too grand, or too busy to make that small change. And they either allow it to linger or they just throw the whole idea away. And it's like, nah, man, you was right there, bro. You was like a centimeter from greatness. Just make that pivot. Make that small pivot. That small little pivot, once you've already got like a lot of things established in the right places and you know they're the right things, all it takes is that small little pivot. Wow, thank you, Natalie. Appreciate you, Natalie. Hey. Natalie made it rain on me. She knocked out that bare alive goal like nobody's business. She gave that shit a 2-piece. Thank you, CX. Thank you, CX. I appreciate y'all, man. MVP Nat. No, straight up. Nat is the MVP. Yeah. And she kicking good combo. Excellent conversation. Appreciate y'all, man. That's amazing. I literally just set that little bear goal a second ago. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. Let me see. David asks, what are your thoughts on Meek Mills? Wait a minute, David. David, have I kicked you out of here before? I can't remember. Remind me if you've been kicked out of here before. What's the name of the song you just dropped again? The name of the song I dropped, Hannah, is Turn the Lights Out in America. It's a long title. It's like a sentence. Turn the Lights Out in America. This is the song playing right now. Soil just like a seed. Yeah. And it's dope. It's dope. It's really about, when I wrote this song, I really thought about like a blackout in New York. Like, what would the world look like if all the power just went out? We would all go outside and start talking to each other again. We'd probably set a fire and start fishing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want like the end of the world to happen, but I am saying like there's some, I want to feel some more natural shit. Like, I don't know. I think I'm tired of machines and machine men and machine people and strategy and superficial shit. Like, sometimes you just want to be in an environment where it's like, bro, I could just be myself. I could scream, I could kick, I could cry, I could laugh, I don't got to worry about taking a picture of my food. Like, I don't got to worry about none of this shit. I don't got to worry about none. I don't got to overthink about what somebody's thinking about the shoes that I have on, or if my car is nice enough, or like, nah, bro, like, we just want to be people at one point, you know? Yes, exactly. A lot of little things that make one big thing. CX, appreciate you. Damn, yo, I feel like I have that book, Natalie. Emotional Intelligence, yo. Emotional Intelligence 2.0, that's crazy. I feel like I have that book and I can't see it. But yeah, I think I have that book. I'm almost positive. Yeah, you got some good books over there, Natalie. Hannah, I've thrown the whole plan away twice now. Emotional is right. I'm telling you, man, it's that small pivot. It's that small pivot. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for sharing the live, ET. Let's see. It's fire. Thank you. Turn the lights out in America. Yep, got it. Thank you. Absolutely, Hannah. Appreciate you. That's a part of it. But trust me, we all crawl before we walk. Eventually you run. That's a fact. Like, yo, we all definitely and absolutely, like, we've all been guilty of so many things. And I always want to remind people, man, like, I think we get so bogged down with what we did yesterday that we forget about what we're capable of doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say, I think it's like, damn, I can't remember it. I can't remember it all, honestly. It was like yesterday. I can't remember. I would butcher that shit if I even attempted. But it's kind of along the lines of like, yesterday is gone, tomorrow's a wish, and all you have is like right now. Something along those lines was like, yesterday is never coming back. And tomorrow is only like a work in potential. Tomorrow is, you're hopeful that you have a tomorrow. Let's be honest. There's no guarantees that you have a tomorrow. So yesterday is gone. Yesterday is etched in stone. Tomorrow is just a wish. And all you really have is the present right now. And that's why it's called the present. Like, it's a gift what we have right now. Like, let's never forget it. You know, let's never get off of that subject, you know? And I think that's like really like the important theme of the season of my life right now, which is to like remind people like of the importance of the right now. Like, we have it. We spend so much time worried about the future and the past. But like, I always want to tell people, yo, no two snowflakes are the same. No two fingerprints are the same. No 2 seconds are the same. No 2 minutes are the same. So like, you could have done some shitty shit 10 seconds ago, and today and like 10 seconds later, you're a completely different person. You're a completely different person right now than you were when this live started, because you're thinking about new things. We're talking about systems, and we're talking about plans, and we're talking about teams. Like, this is effective. These are effective conversations, I'll be honest, because you got some people that are just looking up drama, looking up stories of drama and looking up buzzwords so that we can have this like social conversation that everybody keeps having about narcissism and relationships and gaslighting and projecting. And all those things are real things, but not when we just start like paying more attention to the labeling of it than like treating it inside of ourselves. I know some people, bro, that will sit and call you every name in the book and still never address the shit that they got going on. And then when you're somewhat sane, you're like, okay, you're right. I can absolutely be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I'm constantly experimenting. I'm a scientist with this shit, with life. So I'm constantly wrong. However, if you're hyper aware of everything I'm doing wrong and then completely negligent as to all the parts that you contribute to this shit, I know I'm talking to an insane person. Or I'm talking to somebody who's just like, you're not really a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. All you're doing is talking about problems, not admitting any of your own faults, and expecting the world to get better when you're still very flawed yourself. Like, you can never have more than what you are. You can never be or experience more than you're capable of experiencing within yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, people, you could, like, a person who's not a good person, you could travel the world. You could even leave the earth and travel the galaxy, bro. But no matter where you go physically, you're still gonna be yourself. That's why your karma is important. Like, who you are as a person is important. No 2 seconds are the same. No 2 days are the same. You could be a completely different person right now if you choose to be. You don't gotta stay with that mindset. You don't gotta stay with that vibration. You could be a completely different person. It's up to you. But like, never get caught up in this like I said, we're talking about teams and we're talking about building and we're talking about communication and how to like really navigate our stuff. Natalie dropped some good books in there. She said, Measure What Matters and Emotional Intelligence 2.0. Like, those book titles are fire. So I definitely want to check those out. But it's like, yo, let's be real. We're talking about something good here when we could be talking about what everyone else is talking about. All these different negative buzzwords, celebrity relationships, possible potential pandemics, possible potential recessions, possible potential bad things about to happen at the box office, at the, you know, what is it called? Like the ballot, you know what I'm saying? All the presidential elect, like we could be talking about all this negative, weird, dumb shit, but we're not. We're talking about things that actually matter, you know? And I think that it's like, it's vital for us to keep that at the forefront of our brains, because the more attention we give to that negative, doubt-filled, weird, dramatic shit, the less time we have to actually figure out what matters. There are certain rooms, certain people that this is all they talk about. Talking about how to systematize the world, how to get things right, how to push the envelope, how to be more ingenuitive, more inventive, more groundbreaking. And then a lot of us, we end up on the short end of the stick because we have the internet at our fingertips. We literally have all the knowledge that the world has ever aggregated on a search engine, and we're only using the internet for social media. We're only using the internet to fill our minds with skits and dances and pranks. And it's like, bruh, you have all this information. There should be no reason why you say, I don't know anymore. Hey, if I ask you a question, yo, what's the answer to this? I don't know. You have every single possible way to know. It's literally at your fingertips. Like, that used to be a figure of speech. It used to be a figure of speech when it was like, yo, I got the world at my fingertips. I got the world in my hands. Yo, you literally, in the world that we live, you literally have the world in your hands. The whole world in your hands. Like, we can do anything, and let's not mistake that shit. So if in that anything that you want to do, being a better person or getting more than what you have right now, being more is a part of that, to understand that the second that you're living in right now could be the potential second that'll give you everything that you want. It don't matter if you failed yesterday. Today's a new day and you're a new person. It don't matter if you failed this morning. Tonight is a new night and tomorrow's gonna be a new morning. You a new person. Like, it don't matter if that last relationship didn't work out. It doesn't matter, because you a new person right now, and you can do new things and you can have new things. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if that last group of friends didn't understand what you had going on, or the entire clique turned on you and wasn't hanging out with you. Maybe you had no business being with that clique. You feel me? In the Bible, it always talks about, like, whenever God has a mission for somebody, he separates them. God had a great destiny for Joseph, and all his damn brothers betrayed him and sold his ass into slavery. And then not only was he sold into slavery, he became a servant in Potiphar's house. And then Potiphar's wife trying to smash on homie. And he said no. And then she went and told her husband, yo, the dude tried to rape me. So now, on top of getting sold into slavery, betrayed by all his brothers, his dad thinks that he's dead. He's a servant in somebody's house, finally starting to get better. Things are getting better for him. He likes his home. And then the mistress or the missus of the house lies on his ass. And now he's in jail. But like, it's like, yo, but whenever God got something for you, he's going to separate you from the pack anyway. So it doesn't matter if that old friend group turned on you and nobody in that clique is riding with you no more. Maybe it's because you've elevated and that clique doesn't resonate with you anymore. And they can detect that and they don't really want to hang out with you no more. Because the shit you talking about when it comes to business and monetizing yourself and getting to the bag and all this other shit, it's not interesting to them no more. They want to talk about bullshit. They want to talk about something different. They want to talk about why that girl was acting up in high school. And why that boy started doing the other thing. They want to talk about how the principal was. Remember we did this in high school and we skipped class and smoked weed. Remember this, remember that. I don't want to remember shit. I'm not living in the past and I didn't peak in high school. That's weird. High school's only 4 years. You have another 40 to prove yourself and you're wasting it thinking about them 4 years. Are you crazy? We ain't got no time for that. Your blessing can be blocked when you help someone that's supposed to be receiving their karma. Wow. Wow, your blessing can be blocked when you help someone that's supposed to be receiving their karma. Yo, I like to say that in a different way. I always say, like, yo, be careful who you stand around, because I can't remember how I even said it now, but it's like pretty much when it's time for life to rain on that person, if you're standing next to them, you're gonna get rained on too. Like if all my karma is good, but all my best friend's karma is bad, life is gonna rain on him. But if I'm standing close, then just by proximity alone, I'm getting rained on too. There was a story my sister told me about a friend of hers. It was two cousins in a car. One cousin is a hot boy. He's in the streets, like he's outside. The other cousin is a church kid, like he stays out of trouble. The good cousin jumped in the car with the bad cousin. The bad cousin, they were on their way to like a family outing or something like that. Bad cousin said, let me stop at the corner store real quick. He pulled up to the corner store, jumped out of the car, went inside to get some wrap, like some roll up. And some enemies seen that car and they just shot the car up. They shot the car up with the intention of killing anybody who's in there, and they drove off. The good cousin that was sitting in the passenger seat passed away. All because somebody in the street recognized the car that belonged to the bad cousin, and the bad cousin was inside the store at the time. And it's like, damn, bro. Talk about the worst of the worst. That's savage. So this good kid caught all the bullets that was meant for the bad kid because he was sitting in the car. He was sitting in the wrong car at the wrong time. Your cousin is outside doing crazy stuff. You have no idea what he's doing. You just happen to be in the passenger seat of his car. And then you the one who catch all that karma. So it's true. You could definitely block your blessing by trying to like bring somebody else with you. God was telling me that in recent times too. Like, oh yeah. God was telling me that sometime in recent times too. It was like, like I had people in my life that was like, their energy was more so like, it was more restricting than it was uplifting. And then what I'm understanding now is the conversation I'm having with God is like, God wants to bring you into a certain door, but he can't let that person into the door. I want to elevate you into this space, but I'm not elevating that person. That person has more work to do. You're ready. I need you to come through this door with me, but that person has to stay. But you being so loyal, you're like, I'm not going without that person. So God is like, cool, close the door on you. If you're not willing to go into that new space without this person, we got this like narrative in our culture, in our community. It's like, I don't want to be Hollywood, and I don't want to switch up, and I don't want to be fake, and I don't want to be disloyal, and I don't want to act brand new. And it's like, you're not acting brand new, bro. You're acting like what you're supposed to act to. You're not supposed to be loyal to that person. You're supposed to be loyal to your purpose. What did you come to this planet for? To be that person's best friend? Or did you come here to do what God told you to do? And there may not be no clear direction there, man, but you got to do what you know you got to do, even if other people don't agree with it. Even if, like, you're supposed to stay friends with that person forever. Says who? Because we were raised together? Because we got the same mom and dad? Because we're this? No. I'm not supposed to be loyal to somebody who's not loyal to my purpose. I'm supposed to be loyal to my purpose, right? Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. So if that drives a wedge between me and somebody who has no interest in seeing that come to life, then so be it. Social media has people following other people's journey, right? Some people get addicted to pain, figuratively and literally. I love how you on live so often, for real. Thank you. Thank you, Dami. He's speaking facts, though. Thank you, Dami, straight up. Man, that blessing to be blocked. I'm telling you, straight up. Somebody else's karma will get that. Shallow conversations. I need to grow, not be stagnant. You ever been around someone and be like, why all this stuff happening to me? Yes. Diane, careful of the company you keep. Straight up. Ooh, they have a term for that in therapy, codependency. When you enable someone, you catch it. Wow. That's deep. Diane, hey, beautiful, so happy to see you. Welcome in. What up, just Diane? How you feeling? Welcome. Rebecca Hope, what's up? Nah, man, this is real. These kind of conversations move the envelope. They push the needle. You know what I'm saying? But like, we can talk about nothing. We can sit here and talk about the latest trend. We can talk about what Kanye has going on with Kim. We can talk about, the Super Bowl. We can talk about how Taylor Swift is at the Super Bowl. Or we could talk about all kind of shit. Or we could talk about the types of subjects that will allow us all to elevate. I was at this mastermind in Atlanta, and this guy was going into these different like business tactics. And it's like, Rebecca, hope you're enjoying your night. I am, Rebecca, greatly. I love these kind of conversations. For some reason, in the back of my mind, though, I'm still thinking of Hey Arnold. In the back of my mind, I'm still thinking of Hey Arnold. I'm like, yo, he was living in the hood. I feel like we having this whole conversation for Hey Arnold. Like, yo, throw it up for the homie because he deserved better. He deserved better than that. He was living in the hood. My reference book I keep on me is 48 Laws of Power. I have 48 Laws of Power right over there. 48 Laws of Power can really go hard. Like, I'll be honest. There's a lot of people, there's so many, it's funny because they have so many different, like, I've heard a lot of people that are like, oh, they can't stand 48 Laws of Power because it's written by evil persons, real manipulative. Thank you, CX. I know some people who really don't like 48 Laws of Power. Me, one of my favorites, though, from Robert Greene is The Art of Seduction. I've read The Art of Seduction a few times. The concise version, but, like, I loved it. I use that in a lot of situations. It's real. 48 Laws of Power is real. I don't know if all of it is real. I probably got to read it again because I feel like I've come across books that really kind of drive home a little better than that. Like, for example, the one that I would compare to 48 Laws of Power that changed my life was How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That one, bro. That's the only book I ever read that I felt like it was magic. I feel like, yo, I didn't even have to think about it. The second I read it, it kind of just became a part of me. And I was like, man, this is dope. And it really showed you how to navigate people. I'm like, yeah, I like this shit. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Because when I read 48 Laws of Power, it was all different types of concepts. And I was like, I'm going to have to like practice these and work these out. But for some reason, How to Win Friends and Influence People, that shit just kind of just, like, I assimilated that book easily because I just felt like, damn, I caught myself using some of those tactics after I read it without trying. Like, I was out in the streets and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now's the perfect time for me to use that thing he said in that book. Hey, what do you think about this? And then I see how the conversation changes and shifts into something completely different that would have never happened otherwise. The Way of the Superior Man is good. Natalie, you read The Way of the Superior Man? That's deep. Listen to 48 Laws of Power. It helped me understand it too. Oh, okay. You mean like on some audiobook type? Like listen to it? For real? I'll definitely listen to it. I'm listening to Rocket Fuel right now. That's like the sequel to the book. Traction, the one that I was reading over there about the businesses. Bam. I'm gonna learn how to work this no matter what. I have so many books. That's what's up, Natalie. Yo, books are vital, man. I'm always talking about books to the homies. Like, I literally just went and stole my favorite book from my sister's house just now. It's called The War of Art. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield is always gonna be my favorite book in the world because it talks about the enemy. It's like identifying the enemy that's stopping you. When you go for something, bro, everything is gonna happen to you. Everything wrong that can go will. And you just gotta understand that going into it so you can navigate it when you're in it. And the way he describes it is so deep. He calls it resistance. He says there's a force of nature in the world that is poised and positioned to stop you only in one direction. It's only gonna stop you when you're trying to go from a lower sphere to a higher sphere. If you trying to go from up here to down here, it's gonna be easy. You could fall easy. But if you're trying to climb, you're gonna feel everything. And he goes in detail. And he like really explains it. He goes in detail. He really explains. You look so sleepy right now. I probably am. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired. Like when I go to sleep right now. It's gonna be a different type of experience. I'm going down. I'm just gonna go down. I'm gonna be like Patrick's house in SpongeBob. I'm gonna be like all bikini bottomed out. I've read that too, and The Alchemist. The Alchemist is my shit. I was in a room full of homies one time, and I started talking about The Alchemist, and then I got to like the middle of the story, and I was like, okay, y'all gotta leave. And one of my friends was like, hey, yo, bro. I was like, what's up? I said, bro, you can't just leave. I'm like, why? He was like, because how does the story end? I'm like, bro, you could just go read it. He's like, nah, bro, just come on, brother. You can't, don't do me like that. Like, finish the story. How does it end? And so I had to, I remember, dog, I told these boys the entire story of The Alchemist. I started telling it because I had just finished reading it. And I was like, yo, there's a boy named Santiago. He's in the fields of Andalusia. He's a shepherd boy. He's sleeping in an abandoned church with a sycamore tree growing out of it. Or was it a sycamore tree? Either way, them niggas did not let me leave until I read the entire story. They were like, yo, Are you trying to leave? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to go home. Like, yo, you got to finish telling the story. I'm like, nah, I ain't about to. What? But I did stay and I finished it because I was having a good time. So it was weird. CX, thank you. Natalie. The author also wrote The Art of Seduction. Have you read that? Yeah. I think she just said she read that. The Art of Seduction. You're a great storyteller, though. Thank you, E.T. Rebecca Hope. Yeah, I be getting my back. I like telling stories. I don't know why, but I do. I feel like it's so fun. Like, yo, if you come across a good story, I'll be reading stories or just books in general, and anytime I come across a part where I'm like, somebody's gonna like this shit, I remember it. I remember it because my aim is to like not remind you, but like to retell it to somebody. Like, yo, I just like, oh, another really good book is Who Moved My Cheese. Have you guys ever read Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson? Book is fire. It's a tiny little book, and it's about two little people and two mice, and every day they run through the maze. And that book makes you think. Who Moved My Cheese is the first and only book I've ever read in one day. Never heard of it. Yo. OMG, I read that when I was 12. Aha. Yo, I just want to say, everybody in the chat, collectively, we need to step our game up because Natalie got us all beat on the amount of books that she's read. This is Who Moved My Cheese, right? Another book that doesn't really have a good cover because this shit look like a medical journal. But yo, the story in here is fly. And it's a tiny little book too, like, it's a tiny little book and it got big ass font. You know, it's like a story, I guess. Imagine yourself enjoying your new cheese. Imagining yourself enjoying your new cheese leads you to it. Random, that's a random page, y'all. That's for somebody. Nah, this little story is fly. This is a fly little story. It's like two little people and two mice. Every day they get up and they run through a maze. And they run through the maze looking for cheese. The mice are simple-minded. They don't really think too much. But the little people are like humans. So every time they do something, they start like talking about it and complaining about it and like overthinking it and shit. And then one day they come across a big thing of cheese. And the little people, they move their house next to it. They stop getting their running gear. They just kind of live there and they live next to the cheese and they show people their cheese and they just enjoy it. The mice, on the other hand, they kept their sneakers around their neck. They ate their cheese every day and they were chilling. Then one day the cheese was gone. The cheese was gone. The mice, they put their shoes on and they ran right back into the maze. The little people started complaining. Oh my gosh, who moved my cheese? Oh no, this shouldn't happen to us. We work so hard. We deserve so much. Who's to blame? Who's at fault? And so one of the little people was like, yo, shouldn't we just run back to the maze? And the guy's like, no, we shouldn't run back to the maze because it's not our fault that the cheese is gone. We're going to stay here and we're going to wait for the cheese to come back because it's not our fault. We did everything right. And this is God and the universe just picking on us. So no. So they were sitting there and they were suffering. Until one of the little people was like, man, yo, bro, fuck this shit. I'm about to go and run through this maze and get me some cheese. It took them like a month and they ended up starving. And one of the little people was like, I'm gonna put my shoes back on and go. He said, no, man, it's gonna be too hard to go back out there and get some more cheese. Like, nah, don't go back out there. Just stay here and wait for the cheese to come back. He's like, bro, the cheese ain't coming back. We gotta go back out into these streets, which was the maze, and we gotta get this shit popping. It's not coming back. We gotta go. The situation to change and we gotta change too. And he was thinking like, man, the mice, they kept it simple the whole time. They didn't get comfortable around this cheese. They kept it going. They probably already had another place with some more cheese. And so one of the little people, he decided to go back into the maze and he started going through all these shitty emotions. Like, he's going through it. But he just keeps on keeping on. It's like, man, this is I've done this before. Yeah, I got some cheese. Yeah, I was successful. Yeah, I made it out. But now I'm back in here and I'm not gonna approach having to go back out into the world and get some new cheese as a bad thing. I'm gonna just tighten up and I'm gonna go back out here and get this. I'm gonna get my mind right and go and get some new cheese. My friend, he's over there. He's too tired. He don't want to get no more cheese. He's done. He feel like, I've already done this. I got my cheese. I should be retired and I shouldn't have to go back into the maze. but I'm gonna go back into the maze. And he ends up going back into the maze, and eventually he goes through all this pressure, all this pain, all this panic, and then he ends up finding his new cheese. You know what I'm saying? 11,000 likes. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. But yeah, who moved my cheese, yo? Fire. It's a fire. It's a quick little story, but it's deep. It's one of those stories that's like heavily saturated with like life lessons and a message. And the message that I got from it was like, bruh, never get too comfortable. Never get too comfortable, and never let your current circumstance dictate what it is that you're gonna do next. And never say, because I got a little bit of money now, or because I got a little station now, or I got a little comfort now, that I don't gotta hustle some more. Like, keep your sneakers around your neck, because you never know when the situation is gonna change. You never know when somebody's gonna move your cheese. Like, yo, you might be so in this business, going hard, doing great in the business, and the business might completely collapse, and the clients might stop coming in. And the workflow just isn't coming in. What are you gonna do in them times? Yo, you sharpen your toolbox, you put your sneakers back on, and you go back out there, you figure something out. Never get stuck, never get stagnant, never let nobody make you feel like that. That's a fire little book I suggested, man. Who Moved My Cheese? My mom received it as a gift. I got in trouble and I had to read it. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. E.T. I'm telling you, man, like, never get complacent. Never get complacent. Never act like, because I've already been down this route before, I don't want to go down this route no more. It's like, nah, man, what do we say about the pivot? It might be the exact approach that's going to take you where you want to go. You just need to pivot. Go back out there. And again, it's like we said earlier, man, like, so many people feel like if they have some familiar surroundings that they were set back. It's like, nah, man, it's not a setback. Stop looking at it like that. Because we look at it like if we feel like we've been somewhere before, or we're doing something that we've done before in the past, or we got to go back into the workforce, or go back into something, or go back and get a job, or go back and work for somebody, or go back and do something, we feel like a failure because like we already did this before, and we don't want to do this anymore. And this feels like I'm set back. It feels like a setback. And to a human, like to ungrateful humans, it may look like a setback. But if you was to look at it from the eyes of God, I would wager and I would submit to you that it's not a setback. It's actually a second chance. It's a second chance for you to get it right. Because clearly you didn't get it right the first time. That's why you're back on this level. Whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job, whether it be chasing a dream, whether it be financial literacy, whether it be like managing your money. Clearly you didn't do it right the first time because you're back here. So if you're back here, don't look at it like a setback. Look at it like a second chance. And how many people in the world actually get a second chance? Like, let's be real, very few. So if you're one of those elite chosen few people that have a second chance to do something, bruh, bend down, get on your knees and thank God for the chance to do this again. You know what I'm saying? Because how many people don't get the second chance? You know what I'm saying? So many people I've noticed now feel entitled. Straight up. That part. Just Diane. Straight up. Rebecca. Hope Truth. No, for real. I remember I was complaining one time. I was on the phone and I was complaining, dog, with a friend of mine. And she was saying the same shit. She's like, man, I feel like I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. Like, I feel like I'm set back. And in my mind, like, I feel like I'm set back too. But I was like, at the same time, if we was to look at it from the eyes of God, we wouldn't be calling this a setback. We would call this a second chance. Why? Because we were at this fork in the road before. And what I think is that while we were at this fork in the road, we must have made the wrong decision at the fork in the road the first time we were here. Maybe we were in a relationship and we chose that person over God. Maybe we're at our job and we chose like leaving the job to start a business that we weren't really confident about, and we got slapped and now we got to come back. Like, we were at some fork in the road. We were at some fork in the road when we went through this the first time, and we made a decision that brought us back here. So instead of God allowing us to continuously go down that wrong route and then die or get messed up or get beat up some more, God's like, all right, cool, I think you learned your lesson. Let me drop you back over here. So now you're back at this job, or you're back with this relationship, or you're back in this place, and now you got a second chance to do this thing. So your job now is to recall what you did last time. Okay, I feel like I'm set back, and I feel like I was in the third grade, went to the fourth grade, fifth grade, and now I'm back in the third grade again. Right. All right. I must have made a mistake. What was the mistake that I made? Like, go into your mental resources and go into your archives and like dig that shit out. What did you do the last time you were here? This world that you're living in right now, your current situation, feel like deja vu? Yeah. What did you do the last time you was here? What did you do the last time you was in this kind of party with these kind of people? What did you do the last time you had this kind of opportunity to work in this kind of group? What did you do that last time? Oh, I did this. I was probably egotistical. I was young. I was immature. I was amateur. I was trying to manipulate things. I didn't deal with my own shit. So I was naturally like a different person. Now I got experience. I done spoke to myself. I done got more self-realization. I really know who I am now and I know what I want. Cool. Take that new knowledge that you got and make the right choice. But make sure you do the right thing, because if you make the wrong choice again, God probably not gonna give you a third time back here again. It's gonna be a whole different ball game at that point. You know, so like you got this second chance right now. Like really analyze it, really take a breath and take a beat and look around you, look at your surroundings, your environment, and say, what if I was here before? If this is a setback, that means that I was back here at one point before. What did I do last time? What decision did I make? Did I choose my friends over my spirit? Did I choose staying home instead of going abroad? Did I choose going abroad instead of staying home? Like, what did I do last time? Oh, I did this and this and this. Cool. This time, now that I got the eyes of God on me, I'm going to make the complete opposite decision of what I made last time. And I guarantee you're going to have a complete opposite result happen to you. It's just common sense. Different inputs bring out different outputs. You know? So, like, think about it. Ooh. 2 for 1 special. Hey, what's up, Boo Queen? The teacher appears when the student is ready. Love that one. When the student is really ready, the teacher disappears. Hey, that's a bar. It's real. And I think that's the beauty of living and getting these life experiences, man. Because when you come across some shit at some point, that's the beauty of experience too. Like, experience can't be taught. Experience can only be felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that you can just. I can't teach a person my experience. I can't be like, yo, boom, do this. They'll be like, nah, appreciate you, CX. Thank you, CX. You can't teach a person your experience, because experience can't be taught. Experience can only be experienced. Wisdom, I guess that's what I'm saying. Wisdom can't be taught. It can only be experienced. You can't teach a person wisdom. You can teach a person knowledge, but you can't teach a person wisdom, because wisdom is the combination of knowledge and experience. So when you're young, you get the knowledge. When you're older, you have the experience. And knowledge plus experience gives you wisdom. Like, a wise person is somebody who's able to say, in my life, I've learned certain things. In my mind, I learned it. Like, it was straight head work. I learned it. But at the same time, I've also felt things that couldn't be taught to me. I had to go through those and feel those myself. And the combination of those two things, the mind and the body, my physical body experienced that, and my mind was taught this thing. The combination of that creates wisdom, you know? And wisdom can't be given to somebody. Wisdom has to be like earned. You can only earn wisdom. You can't pay for it. Number 42. Appreciate you. That's what creates wisdom. Exactly, Rebecca. Vintage queen, but still learning. All right. Vintage queen, but still learning. Did I miss something? Oh. Ari, you think this applies to relationships? You mean the second chance thing? You talking about like bending the corner and like, oh, I'm about to bend the block and go back to that thing? I'll be honest, possibly. Yeah, I think that it applies to everything. I feel like if you're in a situation right now that you've been in before, you have a second chance to make the right decision. And I think that if you're in the second chance right now, then most likely there's a 50% chance that the right decision is just to do the opposite of what you did last time. So let's say you was in this relationship with somebody and you was like, I don't really care about this relationship. I'm just going to leave this person. You lead a person. Then somehow, through powers bigger than you, end back up with this person. Now it's like, okay, cool. You can make the same mistake and leave them again, and then you're just trapped in this vicious cycle, obviously. Or you can say, you know what? Maybe there's something deeper here that I'm not seeing. Let me see what it's like if I don't run from my problems and I actually face them with this person. You know, but then again, that's also like, that's very subjective, because sometimes you're supposed to leave a person and stay away. Sometimes people go back to people just for comfort. So it's like, relationships are kind of tricky, but like, you got to trust your spirit. If you're in a situation that you've been in before, you got to analyze that and say, okay, I'm here. What am I supposed to learn in this space and in this place? What did I do last time? I'm going to do exactly the opposite of what I did last time and see how that affects my future. And I mean, from my experiences, yeah, that shit works. Like, you could be set right back, do something completely different, and have a completely different result. I'm in a new space right now because I'm doing the opposite of what I've done in the past, like in real time. I've been in these situations where I'm dealing with certain people and doing certain things, and I would just kind of like hold on to it because I just like people. But now I'm in a state where I'm like, man, nah, I'm gonna completely cut myself off from any and everything that isn't for me and bring in and draw in everything that is for me, even if it's completely new, even if it forces me out of my comfort zone, even if it makes me feel like, you know, I'm not the most loyal person to these people anymore, because I'm seeing like loyalty when it's one-sided doesn't help anybody. I'm continuously doing these same things for you, and you're continuously hitting me with the shit that doesn't help anything. Now I need to know what it's like when I don't do any of that shit for you. Now I need to know what it's like when I'm like, let me take all that same energy I'm applying on you and apply it either to myself or to somebody who's receptive to it. I'm tired of talking myself blue in the face to people who don't get this shit. You feel me? Me thinking that my homies from the neighborhood, and me thinking from that the people, just because I've known you for a long time, that you're the most qualified person to go on this journey with me. That's me fantasizing and romanticizing just somebody just because they're close to me in proximity. You close to me, we went to school together, you're just here around my life. So I'm thinking that you're the absolute best person for me to like go into the next phase with. Nah, you're not. That doesn't mean that. That doesn't automatically qualify you to go into this next room with me. As a matter of fact, because I've been so loyal to you for so long and I didn't make any of those progress, I've been kind of in the same spot, it actually kind of lets me know that you're almost absolutely not the same person that could go to the next level with me, because you're content being here and I'm not content being here. And that's where the friction comes from. So relationships are tricky, Ari. I'll say that for sure. Let me see. This can definitely apply to relationships, right? Never think you good. Always be open to change and growth. Right. CX, thank you. It can show your inner growth. Oh, I'm about to have to clock out for sure. Now I'm rubbing my eye like a fourth grader. I think you can repeat the same lesson in a completely different relationship. Ah, okay, interesting. Relationships are great lessons on self, right? The lesson and person aren't always the same. It's the behavior that can make you repeat the cycle. Right, that's true. Yeah, your approach. Like, how many people do we know end up with the same type of person all the time? Like, this is a new boyfriend, but he feels oddly familiar to your last boyfriends. Like, I have a sister who loves men with strong bodies and weak minds. That's one thing I know about her. Like, I got my sister, one of my sisters, all her boyfriends are like physically super fit, but mentally they're like not as fit. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You like mascots. You know what I'm saying? You like a mascot. You want a man that's like, you can control him, but he looks the way you want him to look. I get it. New is good, right? Be free. I'm telling you. We think we're supposed to detach from people, but we're supposed to see what makes us attached. Interesting. Exactly. Big facts. Spitting some old soul knowledge. Crazy. I was thinking about that just a few hours ago, right? Always have to do an evaluation. You got to take it, man. You got to take an assessment of yourself and the people around you. If you're not auditing you and your friend group, man, there's a good chance that you're a victim of other people's thinking. And it's not even like a good chance. It's like a 90% chance. Everything that you are is a composite average of the thought processes and traumas of everybody that you came across since you've been born. You're full of your mom's traumas and your dad's traumas and your coach's traumas and your friend's trauma. Everybody who ever kind of gave you advice, they're kind of offloading their trauma onto you. They're like, oh my God, it's life or death. I have to tell you this piece of advice or else I'm gonna what? Not be a human being or what? Like, no, you're loading me up on this information so I don't end up hurt the way you got hurt. But at the same time, you don't understand that you trying to make me avoid your hurt so much is forcing me into a level of a different type of hurt that you can't prepare me for. Poor people who grow up in the projects, who do everything they can to make a lot of money so that their kids don't have to grow up in the projects, invariably remove one struggle from their children's life only to activate a whole different type of struggle that they can't possibly help them with. And that different type of struggle is this kid is growing up in a middle class or upper middle class or wealthy environment. You have no idea what that was like because you grew up in a poor environment. So now this kid, based on the school and the friends is exposed to shit that you really can't help him with. There's a whole different types of conversation that was happening. When you was growing up, it was about money and struggling and stressing, and you work yourself out of that. But this kid's problems are not about money. Him and all his friends have money. Now they have deeper psychological problems. Like they have identity issues way earlier because they don't have any struggles. They don't have any fight. They don't have any fortitude. When they're younger, they don't have any missions. They're kind of just accessories in their parents' lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine being the daughter of a son of a really rich person. My parents are treating me much the same way they treat their dog and their other servants and their employees. I'm not a fucking employee, and I'm not a dog, and I'm not a servant. I'm a person. And then you being a rich parent that came from the hood, you looking at your kid like, what the fuck are you tripping about? Your life is way easier than mine. And so now you're like devaluing this kid's inner struggle in his mind because he think he's got a struggle, and you're over there saying your life is easy. You don't know shit about any of this stuff. So now this kid feels like a rookie. He feels like, oh, my parents telling me I don't know shit about the struggle. And now he's looking around at his life. His life is polished and protected because of you. He don't know about the struggle. So when he go outside, he can't really relate to people who look like him. You know what I'm saying? Or look like her. And this kid now has a whole can of worms and mental insecurities that you have no idea how to help him with because you growing up, all you had was money problems. This kid has whole mental fractured mind drug-induced problems that you can't even help him with. When you was his age, you didn't have money or friends with money or the opportunity to do half of what this kid is doing. This kid is a million times more sneaky than you because you're a million times more busy than your parent was because you're successful. It's crazy, bro. And then we sit and we be like, man, that rich little motherfucker, he didn't have no struggles in life. Like, he ain't got us. Like, bro, all struggles ain't financial. That kid got mental issues and demons you can't even like compete with. Because this kid, whereas you in the hood, you at least have community and you have like some sense of understanding of where you are on the map. This kid don't know what he is. He's like he's like dust in the wind. He don't know what the fuck he is, but he's still here. So this kid ends up finding identity in trouble or drugs or like weird shit, like weird fetishes that only rich people can get involved in. And then you being this parent who was just a hood person that grew up in the hood and just got money, you have no idea, you can't even relate to this kid no more. So now you're looking like 50 Cent and his son. 50 Cent talking about my son, I don't even talk to him because he's spoiled. And then 50 Cent's son talking about, I get $3,700 a month from my daddy and, you know, he don't love me and it's not enough and he need to give me more money and my dad is a loser. I was like, yo, the kid talking about his daddy's a loser and he's not satisfied with $3,700 a month free of rapper money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, your daddy did so much, you didn't have to do anything, so who are you? You grew up with no identity. It's like looking in the mirror and not seeing nothing. Of course you're gonna act up and act out and act crazy. You like Miley Cyrus now. Like, of course you're gonna act crazy, bro. You trying to fight and figure your shit out. Cause you spent your whole childhood pretending to be somebody else. Or no one gave you nothing. You know what I'm saying? So different types of struggles. All the people that couldn't, let me see. All the people that couldn't come but hurt me crazily because I wouldn't let them go. Wow. They choose what's familiar because it makes them comfortable. E.T., I'm telling you. Agreed. We're all mirrors like the moon, right? And your own trauma, right? We can't refill our own cups if we allow other people to poke holes in us. Oh, wow. Yup. Rebecca Hope. Appreciate you, Rebecca. Thank you for that. Definitely been there. Get a Stanley that won't leak. Okay. Nah, man, break the mold, but then reinforce it, right? Natalie, I had to read several books on boundaries. It was a huge hurdle for me. Wow. Boundaries, yo. I think I gotta establish some boundaries too. I think I might be too nice. CX, appreciate you. Thank you, CX. That's great. Boundaries are very important. Boundaries are important. But 50 spent all his money. Nah, that boy 50 got money, I'm sure. Rebecca Hope. Yeah, molds. Nah, man, it's real, yo. Like, I used to like never like the fact that like me and my family grew up with no money. But as I got older and I really started seeing the issues that kind of happen inside of kids who did grow up with money, I'm kind of, as traumatic as a lot of the experiences were, it I'm kind of happy that me and my family, like I grew up the way that I did because it allowed me to come into the world starting at the bottom. So if you start at the bottom, then you know you have a clear trajectory of where you need to go. If I know exactly what the bottom is like, then my only job now is to elevate myself so I can experience all levels of life from the bottom of the map to the top of the map. But if I was born at the top of the chart, if I was born like the son or the daughter of some super rich, famous person, bruh, where else is there to go? You've been experiencing the best life has to offer since you was a child. Where else is there to go? You can only go down, but maybe down is where you belong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you was born in this kind of space and now you need to come down to the neighborhood where it's actual people that, you know, could teach you, like maybe this is your next level. Coming down here and actually socializing and becoming a real person. You know, so I don't know, but I do appreciate the fact that like I was born at the bottom, and so my trajectory is like, okay, just go up. Just elevate yourself. Go up until you can't go no higher. And then show people that they can do the same. You know? And then you might get to the top and be like, yo, this top is whack. Ain't nothing but old white people over here dressed in cloaks and shit trying to talk about population control. I want to go back to the neighborhood. And then now you rich as hell, you can just go back to the neighborhood. You know? But at least you experience all that shit. I feel like if this is the only life that we have, we should experience everything we possibly can. That doesn't mean like lose your mind and have no morals. No. That just means like, if this is the only life that we have, at one point in all of our lives, we should be able to at least eat the best food in the world and wear the finest clothes in the world and experience like travel and experience real love and experience like the best drinks in the world and experience one of the most beautiful views in the world. Like, this is the only one that you got at one point in life, and it's going to be different for everybody, but all of us should be able to experience the best of life. And I think we should all know and experience what the worst of life is too, so that we can have that wealth and then we can have a full spectrum of like, yo, this is the human experience. From nothing to something, from something to nothing, and everything in between. This is the human experience. I feel like that's really taking advantage of the life that you have. If you only live on one side of the spectrum and you never get a chance to see the other side, that's kind of like you living like, you know, with one eye open. And it's like, yeah, but you never get that full perspective because you didn't go to the other side. You didn't fill in that spectrum with experiences, you know? That's what I think. I think like, and this is the only one that you got. You should have the full scope of everything that this world can offer you before you clock out, because you're gonna clock out. It just depends on what you have done in your life before you clock out. And that's not to prioritize like rich shit or fancy shit or superficial shit. It's just like, yo, this is your life. Max it out, you know? That strength is different growing up with no money. Psh. Rebecca Hope, there's a lot you miss when you don't start from the bottom. Fact. I never thought I'd say I was grateful for the hood, but I am, see? Boo Queen, I think that middle ground is the worst, honestly, the worst of both areas. I think that middle ground is the worst, honestly, the worst of both areas. That's interesting. You mean like being in the middle class? The survival knowledge is different. Yo, bro, survival knowledge is different. Survival knowledge is completely different. But it could also be like, when you in those deep hood project like situations, that survival knowledge is an asset, right? But I think what I'm learning now as I get older, because I'm not in those situations as much anymore, is a lot of those things that were assets on one level become a liability in the next level, you know? Like, I live my life with this sense of urgency, right? Like, everything got to get done immediately because we don't have the luxury of waiting. Waiting is something that we never had the luxury for. So, like, we got to bang this shit out quickly and overnight. And that becomes an asset when you live in a survival mode, because you can make anything happen in a 5 to 10 minute span. You're used to living your life by the hours, you know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me think of the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake. Like all the currency in the world was time. It's kind of like that. Like when you live in survival mode, it's like an hour is a long time. You get a lot done in an hour, 2 hours, like because you're living fast and you got to get it because it's survival. But as you ascend, as you get a little higher, that urgency, thank you, CX, that urgency and that instinctive, like I got to get it done in an hour becomes a liability in other realms, in higher realms, because what's an asset to them is a liability to you. What's an asset to them is 3 weeks notice, 4 weeks notice, a month out, 6 month out, an 8-year plan, a 10-year plan. And you being somebody who's used to just urgency, you can't even see that far. It's like, man, this sense of urgency saved me in the hood, and I kept my head on a swivel, and it let me know, okay, I know what time it is. But as I've elevated, that sense of urgency is not the same thing. That it's a liability in these rooms. Now when I'm talking about we got to get something done in a day, these men and women in these boardrooms are looking at me like, what kind of animalistic approach are you trying to have? Nothing can get done in a day. Nothing can get done in a week. Nothing substantial can get done in 2 weeks. Nothing substantial can get done in 3 weeks. Like you need at least a month, 2 months, 3 months of preparation. And then that's when like, okay, cool. That's when you have to sit back and learn from everyone in the room, realize, okay, I was working small and I was thinking quick when it was just me. Now I'm a part of something where the project is bigger as a whole. It's a bigger project. There's more moving parts. There's more departments involved. There's more of a budget involved. It is going to take 6 months. And it's going to take 6 months it's a projection of 6 months. 3 months in, they might say, okay, now we're looking at another 9-month window. We're already 3 months in. So that 6 months turned into a year. And it's like, oh shit. Like, and you have to build a new level of patience as you elevate. When you're in the hood, it's like the lotto. But like when you elevate, you begin to see everything slows down. And people are more like, nah, there's a window for this, and we're going to do this over the course of the next 6, 12, 18 months. We're not doing anything overnight. We're not animals. And they're like, damn, that shit you call animalistic saved me there. But in here, it's a liability. Like, we know we can't trust you with the project because you're too impulsive. You're too impulsive and you're too desperate for the deal. We need people who know how to structure things and apply what they know well across all barriers structurally. You just trying to run through this shit like Juggernaut and the X-Men, and that ain't gonna happen, bro. Like, I'm not gonna give a person a budget who's trying to slap something together in a week, but I can get it done in a week. Even if you're very capable of getting something done in a week, you tell these boardroom people it's gonna take at least 6 weeks. 6 weeks, and I'll give you the project of your lifetime. If you're a hustler, you're gonna go back and see if you get that shit done in a week, but you're gonna do that in the first week, and then you got 5 weeks to chill. But like, don't ever give them the impression that you're trying to do something quickly and impulsively, because they don't go for that shit. They need a meeting for a meeting to have a meeting about a meeting, and so that one day they could set a meeting for another meeting that they're gonna have about a meeting. It's like, no, you gotta let them have that. That's their world. They think success is meetings. We who are outside, we think success is like action and activity, but you gotta ensure them like, yeah, over the course of the next fiscal year, we're gonna net 8% profit in these margins and these underserved areas and all this other gibberish and shit. It's a liability over there. I mean, it's an asset over there on the ground, but it's a liability in the boardroom. You know? Yeah, middle class, you be torn. You get demons, aspirations, but feel stuck, right? Never thought of it like that, right? Unlearn and relearn, right? Not unless you work for Tyler Perry. Oh, shit. That man be trying to bang out a movie in 5 days. Hey, he different. It shows. Very true. Yo, responsive, not reactive, right? That's me, right? Which one is you, Natalie? You the 6 weeks out, or you the like, I gotta get this shit done today? Oh, I'll be like, I need 3 weeks. No, it would take me 4 days. Right. But that's being a professional. That's learning how to navigate. That's learning how to code switch. Like, okay, cool. I know I get this shit done in like, really, if I had enough phone calls in the next hour, I could probably get this shit done in like 48. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell these people it's gonna take at least 3 to 4 weeks. You feel me? But I'm gonna have all that shit instituted well ahead of time. And it's like, yeah, that's where that hustle mentality comes and serves you in the boardroom, when you know how to apply that shit quickly and then pacify these people with the timetables and the structure that they need. You know what I'm saying? But like you know your hustle is like, nah, bro, I can make that shit happen now. But I'm not gonna let it go like that because I understand that in order for you to think that this is a viable product, there has to be a process involved. And so I'm gonna give you that process. Myron Golden says that, man, like if you're the best, you can't be the cheapest. And if you're the cheapest, you can't be the best, even if you are. Because your price is a part of your brand. You could be the best dentist in all of Atlanta, but if your price is cheaper than the other dentists, no one's gonna believe that you're the best. It doesn't matter. Because something that good can't be got for that amount of money. It has to be 10 times more than that. So like your price is a part of your brand. Your price and your process is a part of your brand. You put that shit on the table and tell these people it'll take me about 6 to 8 weeks to get this done, but these are gonna be the deliverables and this is what we believe we can return to your company. They're gonna be like, okay, I like this. And in like 4 or 5 days, you're gonna send an invoice, they're gonna wire a deposit, and then you're like, all right, cool. What you didn't know is that, bro, I could have got all this shit done before you even wired the deposit. And I would have, but I'm just, I understand that you have this process, like corporate America, you people just like to do this shit. So as long as I know that, then that's good. I'm gonna move into this situation, I'm gonna navigate this shit properly because you got a process. If I say I want you to be a part of my concert, it's happening in 3 days, you're gonna look at me like, who is this ruffian? Who is this ruffian trying to come up in here and get money? No, I don't think so. But if I say, hey, look, I have the biggest concert in the city happening. These are the deliverables. We're offering sponsor packages, platinum, gold, VIP. This is what you get with platinum. This is what you get with gold. This is what you get with VIP. Your banner's going to be here. We have a step and repeat. We have a red carpet. We have already these people are involved. These are some of the other performers. These are some of the people that were going to be in attendance. So it's going to get covered by Channel 7. So it's going to get covered by, Deco Drive. So it's going to get covered by Channel 2. And then we also have relationships with different blogs, Shade Room, Baller Alert, and a couple others. They're all going to be in attendance. Would you like to be a part of it? Somebody's going to cut you a $30,000 check today, but they're going to wait until Friday to give it to you. But like, oh shit, you have everything sewn up. Wow, I'm in. But it's no different than when I just told you. That's the same. Everything I just told you was already instituted. I just let you know 3 days in advance, and you said it's impossible because you can't be a part of anything in 3 days in advance. But it's literally the same event. But as long as I give you enough time to like sit with it and play with it and make you feel like you're making a good decision, you're just more apt to do it. Let me see. They get that salary. Right. CX, thank you. College was annoying for that exact reason. Drawing shit out, taking about the same shit over and over again. Yo, it's dumb. What they say, repetition is the father of learning or the mother of learning. Oh, I like to get it done. I be ready to move. I'm telling you, we gotta bang that shit out. Some of us ain't got that luxury, bro. We ain't playing with this shit. You give me an assignment, bro, that shit's gonna be done by the time you finish talking. Gotta get that shit done. I always got this saying, I remember my little sister, somebody owed her some money or something like that. I was like, what happened with that money that they was gonna give you? Oh, they told me to send them an invoice and I haven't sent it. I said, when was that? She said, that was like 3 weeks ago. I was like, yo, you are moving on dinosaur time. If somebody asks me for an invoice, that shit is gonna be sent to them by the time they get to the letter E in the word invoice. That shit is in their message box right now. What does that mean? Pay me, bro. Invoice is some shit we send quickly. We send an invoice expeditiously. We don't wait for that shit. Are you crazy? If they say send me the invoice, that means that there's money coming in a specific direction. Unless they're contracting you to design an invoice for them, and even which way, it's money's still coming in. You better stop playing with that shit. It's like, 3 weeks ago, y'all supposed to send them an invoice and I didn't do it. You must not like money. That's what an invoice is. When I was a child, I thought like a child. When I became a man, I put that childish shit away. Invoice has nothing to do with cell phones. Invoice means money. Why it's called an invoice, I don't know. But I know invoice means money. So that's what we're doing. Hope that's really what it is. At least delegate. You know how to hustle. All right. Yes, I'm telling you. Oh, man, this is such an easier way to do this. There are people that need immediate service. Will pay top dollar because you can get it done correctly. Right. Appreciate you, CX. I just swipe this way and I see these comments way better. This dominates the whole screen. Life is better. Yup, invoice be sent while we still talking. That's a fact, man. You got that shit in your message box. Hey, can you send me an invoice? Hey, I just sent it to you. Do you got it? Oh, did you send it right now? Yeah, you had it at the beginning of the conversation. I felt like we were going in this direction, and I'm happy that we're on the same page. I felt that, and then I'm happy that we're in alignment. The synergy I know it's gonna be a great project. I'm really excited to get started on this. I'm really excited to get started on this. Absolutely. 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 I've heard great things about you, and I'm happy to be working with you. There are people that needed me this, I'm telling you. Quoting the Bible with the curse word in the middle is hilarious. Yo, did I do that? If I did, I'm so sorry. Did I quote the Bible recently? If I did that, I'm very sorry. I can't remember quoting the Bible at all. You know what it is? I'm tired. I'm actually about to jump off the live because I need sleep. I came over here to promote my song and we started talking about invoices. We all got money on the brain. Must be money on the brain. Natalie, I appreciate you, Natalie. Hold up, how do I get out of this? Okay. Thank you, Natalie. Hey. You the truth, Natalie. Thank you. Yup, wrap it up. Thank you. I appreciate you. Natalie, you the MVP. Natalie knock out these live goals like nobody's business, and she kicks amazing combo. And we got this synergy when it comes to the invoices that let me know that we friends in real life. Because some people sleep at the wheel with an invoice, and I just don't understand it. I'm like, bruh, you're talking crazy to me. My little sister told me she was waiting 3 weeks for that shit. I'm like, what you just said makes me sick to my stomach. I mean, if somebody's looking to pay you and you're avoiding the payment, you're upsetting me. I'm getting upset on a cellular level. I don't think you understand. Send that fucking invoice right away. What's wrong with us? Hurry up. But yeah, 1993 would do it every time. These 2001 babies is out here. MVP Nat. Straight up, LOL bedtime, yeah. You know, like, it's funny because I feel like a child. Cause I'm talking, I feel myself like, you know, when children are small and they got these hands and they just like, they rub their eye with their whole hand. They're not sophisticated enough to do no shit like this. They be like, this little child is tired. All right, I'm definitely jumping off the live. I appreciate y'all, man. On a cellular level. Yeah, getting offended on a cellular level is next level. It's like, yo, bro, I'm getting offended on a cellular level. My cells are acting up. I feel it. I feel myself transforming. What do you mean? Someone asked for an invoice 3 weeks ago and you didn't send it. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to us? I'm not even involved in the transaction. I don't even know what she's talking about. I don't even know you. Why are you doing this to us? Why are you doing this to us? We're never going to get out the hood like this. Why are you doing this to us? You get so emotional about that shit. LeBanks. Everybody have a great night. Nighty night. All right. Peace, Boo Queen. Peace, Natalie. CX, appreciate you. ET, appreciate you. Rebecca Hope, LeBanks, Just Jen, Boo Queen. I'm going to see all y'all later. Crown Diva. I'm going to see y'all later, man. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow at 10 a.m. I will be, you know what? Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Have a great night. See y'all later. Hope y'all enjoyed the live. And peace. Before going to sleep, say, thank you for showing me the problem is already solved. Before going to sleep, say, thank you for showing. Oh my God. I love that. I'm definitely going to say that. I like that. Thank you for showing me the problem already solved. I love that. Shout out to you, Natalie. Everybody should do that. You see what Natalie wrote? Thank you for showing me the problem already solved. I appreciate that. I'm going to definitely do that. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Love, and I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a good night. Get some rest. And we'll see y'all in the morning. Peace.